Hey there guys, it's Metro, and we are back. I tell you right now, I just did the... Oh, what the fuck? Right as we start the stream. Forget it. I was just going to tell you, I just did the Arthas thing. It's like emotionally affected me. It's unbelievably good. And as we start the stream... Oh, wow. Damn. That's a hell of a list. Whoa, what is that? That's a hell of a list. Yo, people could have loved this one, huh? Oh, that's cool. Dawnbreaker, Eric Hara. Okay, great ones. Priory. Floodgate. I guess these are the ones that were voted on. I'm glad. Those are great. Those are 4 good ones. Ecodome Eldani. Ecodome Eldani. We haven't heard of this yet. Fucking looks awesome just by that one picture. Is there supposed to be like accompanying material with this? Like where's this announcement come from? Oh yeah, there's a fucking Wowcast. Oh my god. Literally as we start the stream. Oh my, oh, alright, well, we're just watching this. Sorry. What the fuck? Okay, where's the video? Nah, we're not streaming. We're not doing Mythic Plus. Where's the video? Okay. Okay, sorry, Mythic Plus, you'll have to wait. We're not gonna get many done today, or this week, I can already tell. Alright, strap in. Oh, that was gorgeous. Fucking gorgeous. Are we a little loud still, probably?
Hello everyone, and welcome to Wowcast. Today we're going to talk about the next major content update, Ghosts of Koresh. To help us uncover what's in store, I'm joined by 2 developers who helped bring Koresh to life. Please introduce yourselves.
I'm Drew D'Souza, and I'm a lead encounter designer.
I'm Steph Yoon. I'm an associate lead quest designer, and I was also the point on this content.
First things first.
What does that mean?
What is Koresh and why now?
So Koresh isn't a new term to us. You know, way back in Burning Crusade, we first heard about them when we met the Ethereals in Netherstorm. And you know, they told us tales of Koresh, a beautiful arid homeworld for the Ethereals, until Dimensius the All-Devouring came and consumed their world soul. So we helped the Ethereals get revenge in Netherstorm, and we thought the matter was finished. And for the first time here in Ghosts of Koresh, we'll be stepping foot on what's remaining of that planet.
Whoa.
This shattered, void-touched land.
Holy shit.
Because we've heard that evil forces are trying to resurrect Dimensius the All-Devouring, and if that happens, the Ethereals are toast, and then Azeroth will be next.
Yeah, that doesn't sound too good for us. So, who's going to help us try to stop Dimensius?
You know, with a threat like this, it's all hands on deck. Within the last major content update, Illyria sort of took a step back and undermined. But she'll be here front and center with her old mentor, Locust Walker, as he brings us to his old home planet. And the eager players among us will have already gone through the content in Legacy of Aerithor, where there is a feature called Lore Walking, which gives hints to sort of the content that's coming up here in Ghosts of Koresh. In there, we learned that Venari and the brokers are interested in helping. Not only that, they've brought their entire city, Tazavesh, the Veiled Market, from the Shadowlands and placed it here right in Koresh. So we'll be able to use that as a home base.
Oh, that's
We're
awesome.
going to gather as much help as we can so that we can face Dimensius in the raid Manaforge Omega.
I'm excited to see Venari. I know a lot of other people are too. You mentioned the raid. Can you tell us more about that, Drew?
Absolutely, there's a lot to talk about. So our raid in Ghosts of Koresh is Manaforge Omega. It's a giant facility that's been built up on the planet to harvest cosmic energy. We're going to be fighting our way in and through it to take on Shadowguard's Ethereals, who are trying to revive Dimensius. While we're in there, we'll face down with an army of Ethereals still being wrapped, the creature they're harvesting silk from, and even a mysterious council of demon hunters that found their way onto Koresh. Oh, and of course, it's going to end with a cosmic level battle with Dimensius, who is the biggest raid boss we've ever made.
How big are we talking?
Holy shit.
City of Stormwind sized?
What?
Yeah.
Do you have any examples of boss mechanics in the raid?
One that I think is really cool is actually our intro. Like I mentioned, this is a giant mana intake facility, and we're actually going to come in through the pipe where they've taken the mana. We're actually going to utilize a artifact cloak we're introducing in Ghosts of Koresh, the Rashi Wraps, to turn ourselves into energy and trick the filtration system. So our first boss encounter is against a warden that's overlooking these pipes, and we're going to need to go in and out of energy forms to survive.
Yeah.
I'm excited for my druid to have another artifact. So let's break down Rashi Wraps.
Artifact cloak.
We wanted to give the players an upgradable artifact that had a visible component for transmogs, of course, because that's the true endgame of WoW, but didn't interfere with any tier sets. So the Rashi
look at
Wraps
that.
are an artifact cloak that helps us turn our bodies from corporeal into an energy form. You know, a very powerful person within the campaign helps us gather these ethereal artifacts and coalesces them into the Rashi Wraps. And it turns our bodies into energy form and basically allows us to see the world through the ethereal's eyes. With this, we'll be able to interface with an outdoor activity called phase diving, which allows us to enter untethered space, which is an entirely different way to look at Koresh. It's an overlay that introduces new creatures, new objectives, new world quests, you know, new mechanics. And the cool thing about the Rashi Wraps, it sort of interfaces with so much content across Ghosts of Koresh. You can use it in the open world, you can use it in the dungeon, you can use it in the raid, and in delves as well.
Seeing the world in the eyes of ethereal sounds really, really cool. You mentioned delves. What is the new delve coming to Ghosts of Koresh?
So we have a new delve coming in Ghosts of Koresh, and this is called the Archival Assault. It takes place in the Azure Vaults and Dragon Isles. You might be familiar with that place, but this time it's chock full of ethereals, ethereal pirates, some brokers, and they're plundering the place, and we're going to put a stop to that with our buddy Bran.
Okay, we're
You'll
doing
be able
delves again.
to take advantage of your Rashi Wrap to unlock unique challenge gateways. They might have boss rushes or unique challenge rooms and need the cloak to access them. Additionally, we're doing a little bit of a social feature in here where you'll be able to see your friend's presence. They might be able to leave you messages. You see their ghosts running around where they died, maybe.
What?
Yep.
So I can make fun of my friend dying
Yep,
in a certain
yep.
place.
And
Got it.
speaking of dying, let's talk about our nemesis for this season.
Okay.
You might be familiar with her. Her name is Nexus Princess Kaiveza. You have unfinished business with her in Erebar. She's got a whole new bag of tricks for you. She's not going to hold back this time, and it's a 1v1 scenario, so buckle up.
That's so exciting. I loved her fight in Nerebar Palace, and so I was always wondering where she vanished off to, because you don't actually defeat her. Let's head back to the outdoor world. What can we do on Koresh?
Yeah, there's two major systems. You know, the first one is called ecological succession. When we met the ethereals for the first time in Netherstorm, the two things that I noticed were their energy forms and their really cool ecodomes, right? These systems that allowed them to create biomes inside that didn't match what was outside. And here, basically, you'll be helping run one. Venari is trying to bring life back to those shredded parts of Koresh. And with that, she needs your help to fill it with
God, it's
animals and
gorgeous.
creatures that really thrive in the Koresh ecosystem. What this means is that she'll ask you to go back to previous zones, get animals, and experiment and see if they can survive in the Koresh ecosystem.
Oh, that's great.
And then release them to create a thriving ecology. Think of it
Wow.
as like a void Jurassic Park, where you're just sort of like trying to make sure that this beautiful place can thrive. The other feature I want to talk about is phase diving. I already mentioned it a little bit when I was talking about the Rashi Wraps, but it's basically an overlay across all of Koresh where you get to switch to energy form and enter untethered space to access a whole slew of new content. You can expect to see anything that you normally see in the outdoors, you know, treasures, rares, lore objects, all that. But there's also things that are unique specifically to phase diving. One of the features that I can talk about here is called warrants, where you're going to be helping the constable of Tazavesh hunt down notorious monsters.
I'm looking forward to also building my own ecosystem. That sounds so cool. Anything with animals, you got me sold. Earlier we spoke about the new raid. What else is coming to Season 3?
Oh, there's a lot to talk about here. So first off, we have a new dungeon coming with Ghosts of Koresh. It's called Ecodome Eldani. It's very important to the Ethereals. It's a 3-boss dungeon. We're going to be fighting through Devourers, invading one of these places, eating some of the wildlife Steph talked about earlier. That's bad. We're also going to be fighting off a force of wastelanders that have taken over this place. We're going to fight our way through and figure out why they want this place. One more note with this dungeon is it'll be immediately available on normal, heroic, and baseline mythic with the update on Ghosts of Koresh.
I think the really cool thing about Ecodome Eldani too is that the canonical route that the storyline takes place is the campaign, the raid, and then Ecodome Eldani. And that's not a thing that we do often, you know, so
Oh,
I'm
wow.
really looking forward to seeing how people react to this case.
That's interesting.
So what are the dungeons in the dungeon pool?
Oh yeah, let's dive into that as well. Let's talk about the returning ones first. So we're going to head back to Revendreth and visit our friends, the Venthyr in the Halls of Atonement. The next
Thank
two,
you.
like Steph mentioned, Tazavesh is coming back, so we said Tazavesh should come back.
Of course.
That was a mega dungeon when it was first introduced, so we're going to break it in 2 pieces, of course. We're going to have Tazavesh Streets
already-
of Wonder, where we're actually
already
fighting
done.
through the markets and bazaars and streets of Tazavesh, chasing down Solia. And then we'll have the second half, which is Salia's Gambit, where we're chasing through portals and eventually having our final showdown. Tazvesh will also be returning as a mega dungeon experience in Ghosts of Koresh. Starting with Season 3, you'll be able to play it in hard mode as the baseline mythic difficulty. It'll have increased challenges, hard mode mechanics, and really awesome rewards. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, we also had a community vote for the last 4. What were the winners?
Yeah, it was really cool to see what players' favorite dungeons were in the War Within, and the 4 that players chose were Operation Floodgate from Season 2, going back to punch some goblins, Priory of the Sacred Flame, just awesome Hollowfall vibes throughout. And then we're going to round that out with 2 dungeons from Season 1 of the War Within, Arakara, City of Echoes, and the Dawnbreaker. Just quick note for the Season 1 dungeons, we are going to take a pass, on the visuals, the combat pacing, the cast times, the number of abilities even, to make sure they're aligned with Season 2 dungeons.
Are there any other important notes for players to know about for Season 3?
Actually, not directly Season 3 related, but on the day of the update for Ghosts of Koresh, you're going to have access to non-bountiful delves and all Season 3 dungeons for heroic and baseline mythic difficulties. That means there will be Season 3 tuning in there, but also Season 3 rewards. You can
That's a good idea.
Head start. Of course, Mythic Plus and the raid will open the following week, but you should have plenty to sink your teeth into on day 1. And,
That's a great idea.
One more thing. We've heard feedback for a long time now about how dungeon checkpointing works, especially in like Mythic Keystones where your timer's ticking down and whatnot. We're going to revisit our philosophy there on how long a run back is and when they unlock, and we actually want to visualize some of this in game through what we're calling waystones.
What did
so
you
as
say?
you unlock along these keystones where your timer's ticking down and whatnot, Plus and the raid will open the following week, but you should have plenty to sink your teeth into on day 1. And oh yeah, one more thing. We've heard feedback for a long time now about how dungeon checkpointing works, especially in like Mythic Keystones where your timer's ticking down and whatnot. We're going to revisit our philosophy there on how long a run back is and when they unlock, and we actually want to visualize some of this in game through what we're calling waystones. So as you unlock checkpoints, you'll have an icon on your map, and you'll also have these stones that warp in and show you, if I release, this is where I'm coming back.
That's a great
don't want
idea.
people asking that question anymore.
That is so exciting because I can't remember for the life of me every checkpoint in a dungeon, so thank you guys. And what about class sets?
Yeah, there's new set bonuses to talk about as well. In Manaforge Omega, we're trying something different with the set bonuses. Up until now, they've been focused on your spec or your class. With this update, we're actually going to target your hero talents. So in my case, I play an Arms Warrior, I play Colossus. I'll have bonuses targeting Demolish, but also have spec hooks if I'm like a Prot Warrior versus an Arms Warrior.
That gear looks amazing, by the way.
We got you on the spec level, but we're targeting hero talents.
Oh, that sounds really cool.
Yeah, and players can look forward to a lot of class updates as well. A lot of talent updates for specs such as Brewmaster Monks and Unholy Death Knights. Now, along with Season 3's PvE content, there's also a new PvP season. There are several PvP talents that are being updated as well. And for those of us who like outdoor world PvP, there is an entire island called Vanquisher's Wake.
I'll be avoiding that.
And I'll be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, skip.
Before we wrap up, what are you both most excited for in this update?
For me, I'd have to say it's Dimensius. That's going to be a cosmic level encounter. There's planets blowing up. It's awesome. Huge laser beams, you name it. Additionally, I think we have a really awesome dungeon pool this season. I'm excited for players to check out Tazvesh hard mode.
I am also really excited about Dimensius, like such a glow up from the blueberry that he was before.
Baby blueberry.
But the thing that I'm most
Yeah,
excited
for real.
about, we're in the War Within, and the War Within is part of the World Soul Saga, a trilogy of expansions that, interweave their story all throughout. And so the campaign and the story within Ghosts of Koresh will matter so much more to the next expansion than it has ever done before. I'm really looking forward to seeing how players go through the campaign and absorb the story.
I'm excited for everything you guys have mentioned. That's Ghosts of Koresh, the void-touched major update coming to the War Within. Thank you, Steph and Drew, for hanging out with me and putting all your hard work into this update. And thank you all for watching. We'll see you in Koresh.
It's even a badass logo. Okay. Well, that's going to be the best Mythic Plus season ever. That's how this started, because I saw somebody post this. Here's the dungeons, in case you guys are just joining us. I know, literally, I started the stream and this all got posted. I mean, this got to be the best dungeon pool ever, right? It's the best. It's the best ever. Yeah, Max, you said you don't like Priory. I love Priory. I think it's probably the most fun dungeon of the season, so... Yeah, Mars Volta, yeah. Citricus. Yeah, this has got to be the best season of the ever, right? In terms of actual dungeons. I mean, we don't know much about this dungeon. It could be awful somehow, but I doubt it. Pause and Gambit without affixes. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, these are going to be so interesting. I think it's going to be the best season ever. Dungeon pool wise. Okay, so now there's a bunch of other stuff. Let's see. What the fuck is this? This is from yesterday. Some toy. Hero talent set coming. Okay, yeah, look at, by the way, how good that looks. Is there nothing about other classes? Yeah, okay. No class stuff yet. This is all just stuff we just saw in the video. New upgradable artifact cloak. Yeah, I thought there'd be more info, but pretty cool. That was really good. All dungeons have massive pulls. The meta comp will probably not change much. Yeah, I like that. I think it's more fun as a tank. Wonder what the mega dungeon extra rewards will be. Yeah, then they're talking about having Tazavesh as a second dungeon. This can be cool. Did somebody not like the idea of the the Mythic Zeros being available week 1? Was that a somebody didn't like that? Because I think that's a great idea. That's how it was in season 1. It was super fun and it was really unique and wacky. Like, if you guys didn't see that first dungeon we did, it was fucking hilarious. It's one of the funniest videos on the whole channel. Dimensius is back. Yeah, I don't know anything about that. I haven't done the ethereal one yet. I did do the lore walking for Arthas this morning. I was literally like just about to talk about it, and then I refreshed Wowhead and saw that that was happening. So, all right, well, we'll keep an eye on that. But now it's time for some keys. I could have gone without streets, but it's an okay instance. Oh, really? I love street. That's my favorite dungeon in the pool, I think, right there. Although Gambit I didn't like because of the affixes and all that. So yeah, it's probably going to be a lot more fun. Well, nothing again. My lore walking bugged out in Halls of Reflection and never completed. Oh, really? Yeah, I didn't have that issue, luckily, but
I have calibrated my prices.
Might feel like it bugged out because it's so long. You have to do the whole dungeon, which is pretty cool. They made it like soloable. Really cool. Dimensius boss fight about to test your PC to the max. That's probably a good point, yeah. We don't even need it. What would we even buy? Gold? 3K gold, alright.
My thanks for your patronage.
It's good to revisit Tazavesh without affixes. Fantastic dungeon. I agree. I think the second half will be really nice. I did the whole thing, then I waited at the airship for 5 minutes. Oh, jeez, that fucking blows. Yeah, he's supposed to port in and take you away from it. Anyway, we got our key yesterday. We got Priory. So that's cool. I can't believe they dropped it today, though. Does that mean that there's gonna be more coming, you think? Usually stuff like this comes on Thursdays. But I'm wondering if because I bet the lore walking thing has something to do with it. Big fan of the double tier sets. Oh yeah, like one for each hero talent. Is that how it's gonna work? That's cool. I'm sure release date will happen this week too. Oh, I don't think so. No. It's not even on the PTR yet, right? PTR probably this week, maybe though. Halls of Atonement and Tazavesh, loving it, yep. Dungeon Pool is ass, not looking forward to another whole season with Prior and Floodgate. You're just wrong, yeah, that's incorrect. PTR is next step, probably later this week. Yeah, definitely, I think it probably next week maybe still, yeah. Are you doing PTR keys? Yes, definitely, yeah. It's going to depend on when it starts though, because I have a lot of videos to make, 1 and 2. I am going on vacation in less than a month, in 3 weeks. Surprised we didn't get seat. Yeah, how the fuck did we not get seat? That's actually kind of crazy. I forgot about that. I would have bet a lot of money on seat. I honestly just take another paladin, I think. Did they say Brew and Unholy reworks? Yeah, which is really weird. Isn't Unholy like, did they need a rework? I don't know. But yeah, Brew, that'll hopefully make people happy. Floodgate, definitely not a great dungeon, especially for higher levels, but Priory for sure. I think they're good. Yeah, I like Floodgate a lot. It's just kind of difficult, so if they could maybe tweak it a little bit. But yeah, that's a great pool. Priory is an incredibly good key. I love it. Love the high volume nature of it and the atmosphere of it. And I think if you're questioning its difficulty, that's intentional. So there's supposed to be coordination, obviously. Mythic Plus.
Someone didn't get the message. These are earthen resources. We need you to mount a defense.
On paper, best Mythic Plus season ever. I don't know how there couldn't be. Yeah. Because think about it, right? It's almost like just not even an opinion to say that, because it has first of all, the best mega dungeon. Like, I think everybody agrees Tazavesh is the best mega dungeon they've done, right? 2, it has the best Mythic Plus from Shadowlands. Almost everybody, I think, like, I could hear some arguments for that at least, but everybody I've talked to says Halls is the best Mythic Plus from Shadowlands. And then it has 4 dungeons that we all just voted on. Like, everybody told Blizzard what to put, you know what I mean? Like, how could you say it's like, it's just by default it's the best? Like, it's the only dungeon pool that's ever been this, like, we've had this much control over. I'm still waiting for Moss Souls. Yeah, that one probably comes eventually. And the new dungeon is a 3-boss dungeon, which I think a lot of people probably prefer. So it's just going to be whether or not that dungeon is good, or like it could sink it the whole season maybe somehow, but I doubt it. A lot of the dungeons are 3 bosses too. Are they? Wait, is Gambit 3? And Streets is 5, right? Every single player voted for those 4. Only ones I'm not. Alright, brother. If you're just going to be negative, I'm just going to fucking ban you, because it's fucking nonsense. This is a very exciting day. If you're not happy, then go to the forums with all the other idiots. This is not your place to make everybody else unhappy. If you don't like healing, then play a different role. Gambit's 3. Yeah, and so Streets is 5, right? I think that's how it works. Streets is 5. Halls is 4, but it might as well be 3. Wait, is it 3? Oh, wait, no. Halls is 3, too, right? Yeah. No. Halls is 4. It's just that 3rd boss just nobody cares about. Hey, Triple Tap, what's up, buddy? Welcome. I do prefer a 30-minute dungeon over a 45. Well, even the 5 boss dungeons are still 32 minutes now, right? So I'm pumped for the new dungeon. Hey, Rye Guy, welcome. Wish Cinderbrew made the list, but that's the way it goes. Yeah, Cinderbrew, I would have preferred that, but so I guess, yeah, maybe instead of Floodgate, but I like Floodgate because the trinket. I'm really happy to have a good tank trinket. Accessible. Oh my god, I didn't even think about it. The best thing that could possibly happen. The tome is back. The trinket. We're gonna have like 2 great tank trinkets. Okay, see you later, buddy. I recall thinking back when players were allowed to choose Grimrail Depot that the voting system allowed every level 10 alt to vote. It shouldn't have been a choice. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, who knows? But yeah, obviously, a vote is meant to be a fair thing and a good way to decide it. So, just by default, I think that's the best. You know, it can't really get any better. Grimwell ended up being amazing. Yep. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you gotta give them their flowers for this shit. They'll fix stuff and they'll make it even better. But if you're just complaining about healing a dungeon, like, get the fuck out of here, man. These people are fucking so stupid. The game's supposed to be hard, dipshit. You're playing the easiest fucking role in the game. Go press your healing CDs. Yeah, we got the Season 3 dungeon pool, yep. Yeah, I reacted to that at the very beginning of the stream. If I remember right, there's also a really good trinket for Gambit for DPS. Probably. I don't know the trinkets for DPS. But yeah, this is like a really good dungeon pool for actual loot too. Yeah, Codex, right? Like the unsung win there. I didn't even think about it until right now. Very exciting. Yeah, it's not a good start there. Yeah, finally a season with 2 good tank trinkets in the dungeon pool. How about that? When was the last time that happened? I don't even know. Maybe I won't even use. I don't know which one I won't use. Because the alchemy trinket's nice, but yeah, I guess we won't use that. Soleil's secret technique, is that the DPS one? The second would be from Floodgate, yeah. I have low geared new evoker and going to heal low keys. Expect videos, thank you. Sounds good to me. Excited about that. Dungeons, they're on WoW if you want to take a look at it. I reacted to it the very, like, literally the second the stream started, we started talking about it. What's the item level looking like with that new belt? Oh, I don't remember. I think it's like 10 higher than what I had, so it's like 691 or something. We gotta take a look at the damage of it too, because I really don't think it's very good. I can't wait to get out of work to try a dungeon with the 1-button assist. Oh yeah. You guys, somebody should like do a key with that. And let me know how it goes for them.
Fall to the intruders.
Pretty exciting times. I got beat by Tails with 1 button and a 17. Yeah, I saw that people were talking about it. So it's very interesting, right? Because like I definitely going to be making a video on that this weekend too. There's already been a few people who have suggested that they are impressed with how good their damage is with the 1-button thing. When I tested it, it was fucking god-awful, but it's interesting because it makes you think like, oh, were you guys playing it poorly this whole time? Is that what you think is happening here, or what? We're definitely going to be making a video on this.
Beware.
I'm a healer and not feeling negative at all. Yeah, I mean, that's the way it should be. When something gets announced, if you're immediately negative, quit the game. Honestly, ridiculous. That was like the most exciting announcement we've had in a long time with all the great stuff that's coming. Every time I've seen it tested outside of titles, it sucked. I think it might be worth giving it another try. Because I've seen a lot of people suggest it's improved their DPS. The 1-button thing is definitely the least balanced feature in the game. Yeah, it's possible that it's like very heavily spec dependent. I only tested, yeah, the Rye Guy was another one. He said he did more damage than he normally does when he used it. I tried it on Demo and it was bad. Somebody in the Discord said that Demo keeps trying to summon pets even though you have a pet out or something. From what I've seen, it's bad for classes that like haste. Oh, really? The only thing I'm surprised by is no seat. Yeah, I really can't believe they're not doing seat, to be honest. It's just perhaps the stigma of it too much, you know? They're going for like big wins, not just small wins. We're not trying to make small wins here anymore. They're trying to make every win. So you just bring... I mean, I guess Tazavesh kind of rules it out. I think if Tazavesh wasn't there, then they had probably seat for sure, but... They already have their evoker, or their broker dungeon, so... No need for a third one. Eric Harris sucks, really? That was the easiest one from Season 1, so... We got the 2 easiest ones from Season 1, which typically people like. And... Yeah, Floodgate and Priory, they are hard, I get it, but... I think they're really good dungeons. I tried it on my Destro Lock and 2 core spells aren't used. Oh, really? I gotta have to learn the mechanics for these older dungeons that I didn't play. Oh, well, like, you're talking about Gambit and those? Well, we got a video. I mean, they're all from Shadowlands, so you can go check the spreadsheet if you want to see me do the dungeons. I think we even made, like, guides on that kind of stuff at one point. Eric Carrot, kind of trash. I didn't love it, but, yeah, I mean... Looked at it as the easiest dungeon, so this typically is something that people like. And it's got good gear, which is definitely something people like. It's really going to be like the best dungeon. Like, there's actually too many good items, huh? You have so many good choices. I didn't play from Kata until Season 2 of The War Within. Wow. That's pretty nuts. What brought you back after all that time? Do you have a good PC? Sort of. It's pretty old at this point. Beware. You think it's going to be out in September? Yeah, maybe. If the PTR starts this week, it's usually 8 to 12 weeks for PTR, so where would that take us? Not knowing that's in the new instance, there's already 5 good DPS trinkets. Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah. And you know a new dungeon is going to have a new trinket. It's like, because the best dungeon trinkets this season are the ones from Floodgate, right? I guess Priory, too. I got sick and decided to download it again. 16 years away, and I never stopped thinking about the game. Oh, wow, really? That's crazy. Using the new belt, yes. So, take a look at the damage at the end. Somebody said yesterday about upgrading it, but it can't be upgraded this week, right? We have to wait till next week to be able to upgrade it? Or can it actually be upgraded this week? Next week, okay, that's what I thought. They might have been talking about the system in the Delves, I guess. I hope Shadow gets reverted back to Shadowlands rotation. I don't think there's going to be any Shadowlands reversions, but what disc are you using? The damage one, yeah. Just going to try that out. If it doesn't do well, I'm probably just going to put my old belt on for now. Someone mentioned you can mass farm discs from tier 1 Delves. Yeah, that's what they were talking about, and that's why I thought maybe that they were using those to upgrade the belt item level wise, but they posted some screenshots of a new instance. Yeah, I gotta look at it. There's gonna be a lot of stuff posted throughout the day usually. Because basically, like, Blizzard gives all these Wowhead writers all this shit way in advance, and then they just stagger their articles. But they probably have like 10 articles coming today. The belt's not good yet. Well, for me, the belt's basically just an offensive stat stick, right? Because it's got no defense whatsoever to it. So, other than having more stamina, I'm not particularly excited about that. But I think, you know, at this point in the season, it's probably fine. It's just not what I would prefer. Hey, Ada, welcome. Someone mentioned, oh, we read that. Icy Veins updated all their best in slot to the Dispel. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's like very powerfully offensive. So everybody's gonna get trapped into thinking it's the best item ever because of that, but as a Blood Death Knight, obviously we got a little bit more to worry about than just offense. Do we have damage dealers on this fight? This guy's doing 3 million only? Huh. Boss gonna take a long time. Takes under an hour to get all the belt powers. Basically just how long it takes you to get each delve you need. And you can do them on the low delve key, right? Or yeah, it doesn't have to be on 11. You can do them on 11s or 1s. Nice. Purely offensive item is cool, but do you guys remember back in Legion when we had Magnum Opus necklace? No. What is that? The real grind is for Titan fragments. What are those? I just got the ones that are good for Hunter and called it a day. Yeah, I won't even bother with the other ones probably. Shield necklace? Oh, you're talking about the legendary. Peerdaz or whatever. They need to increase the amount you get from higher delves. Oh yeah. Yeah, it is weird that 1 gives the same as 11. Pridus, that's how it was pronounced, yeah. Hey Metro, how are you doing? How did the keys feel today? Yeah, no, I mean, we're so hyped up about the announcements that I'm not even thinking about this key. Doesn't feel like it's going that great though. How could you forget Pridus? Because that was a tank. Didn't wear it. There was a couple of people I know that called it Peerdaz for some reason. I guess I just misread it and said that the whole time. The neck was super good for progging. It was great. I love that DPS actually like used it. I never played the other dungeons, but what trinket were you excited for? The codex of the secret technique or whatever. From the last boss of the first half of the dungeon. It's broken as fuck and it has stamina on it. Provided they don't fix it anyway. It was also my top damage at times. But I'm sure something will change about that part of it, but did you see Tails running key with 1 button assists? No, but we've heard it, a lot of people talk about it. And it's very interesting. I'd be very interested to hear other people do this same experiment and see how it plays out. Because I don't understand why somebody at that level would actually, how they possibly are doing their rotation poor enough that the 1 button thing is better for them. I don't really understand that. But I'm going to be making a video on that this weekend for sure, unless some even crazier shit comes out in terms of the patch. But we'll still have 4 videos this week, so we should have time for it. I have a video of Cop's first submission after returning as well. It's already recorded and on the channel. So maybe just 1 Mythic Plus review this week and then 3 videos not related to Mythic Plus. Like submissions, I guess. We'll see. He's doing it to prove a point. But what's the point? Like you're bad at the game or something? I don't get it. Like if the point of the thing is to not be optimal, but it's better than your damage, then that just means you're bad, right? Like I don't know. If it's a buff to you, then you did something wrong. Right? That's the part I'm confused on. I'd be very interested in hearing like main DPS try it and tell me the results. I saw DPS doing over 4 million overall using 1 button rotation. Do you have any like videos or like I just like to hear some like actual people that play DPS talk about it. Because I don't know how that's possible. All I know is the tank one is like non-functional, so I won't ever be able to do it, but beware. Hey SCP, welcome. 1 button is so annoying. I thought maybe it can free up some dumb people's minds to activate defenses and use CCs more, but I doubt it. I actually have to say I really enjoyed using it yesterday for a few reasons. Again, I'll be making a video on it this weekend, but I was impressed by it for reasons that might not be immediately obvious. If you can do 18 keys with one button, then anyone can do it. It's a massive upgrade over most people. Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand how it could be. But yeah, I guess that tells you that like 90% of people are pressing their rotation wrong. And does that still align with what Blizzard wanted? Is it supposed to be a buff for mid-core players? Because if not, they might nerf it further. It shrunk a long time no see. That's what I don't get about people trying to call it bad for the game. Like, it has added handicap to which makes it objectively worse than a human. And it's not, though. That's the thing. Currently, that's why we're discussing it, because apparently it's not. It's a buff for people somehow. And I'm not really sure why, but I think the only answer is that they were doing their rotation dramatically wrong in the past. Also have to keep in mind that they would likely make adjustments to it. I wouldn't expect them to adjust it downward, though. That was my point. It sounds like they might have to nerf it if it's that good. I don't expect people in 2s to not be, yeah, like obviously a person in a 2, but this is, again, a person who's supposed to be one of the best DPS players, right? Like, I don't know much about what he does in keys anymore, but for his damage to improve or whatever the point of that video was, like, what? It's kind of nuts. It's a buff for bad people. Yeah, but that's the thing, like, is it supposed to be? Because I don't think that was the goal of it. I had a pretty fun run in Priory low-key today. Did you record it? If not, I don't want to be teased. For Elemental Shaman, one button is very bad. It casts Frost Shock on AoE. Oh, really? See, I would love to see, like... Yeah, I would love to see, like, people do a run with it and without it, but I know it's a hard experiment. Oh. I thought the video was that, like, it improved his DPS. It's not an improvement to him? I didn't even watch the video, but everybody was making it sound like he was carrying the group or something, so I assume that meant his damage was higher. I don't know. What was the point of the video then? Just to show it? His damage didn't improve, but it was still good enough? Oh. So he's just basically just twinking out a dungeon effectively. That's not even a video. AMS. That was not the right choice. The balance of it is tough. Can't have it topping meters, but it also needs to be viable for people who need it to do content they want. Yeah, but see, that's the problem with it, right? Like, what do you need it for? Like, what content is there that's not hard that you also need it for, you know? Like, the delves I did yesterday were absolutely broke face roll, like, joke mode. I never played Frost before in my life, and it was no challenge whatsoever. And they're the highest difficulty content from delves. Doesn't even make sense. So who the fuck needs help with that? People who have no gear, I guess. Content creators are just being vague with it to get more engagement, because if they don't outright say it's worse than playing yourself, it gets more people upset about it. Yeah, he won. I mean, I don't know if he did that in the video, but everybody who keeps talking about that video, the sentiment was that his damage improved, or that it was impressive one way or the other. But if his damage did not improve, then he basically just carried a group by accident or something. Like, I don't know. It's more about the group than him, I guess, at that point. Hey Dave, what's up? Welcome. You could easily clear heroic raid at the point in the season with everyone using the one button rotation. Yeah, that's how this whole conversation started, because somebody left a comment saying that I don't know. I'll go over it in a video this weekend. Banshees went to try it yesterday. Hold on, let me soak this. People kill themselves, man. Anyway, Banshees went to try it yesterday. Very first thing I told him was use Cobra Shot, and he was like, well, that doesn't give me high hope. They need to pilot my character button too. You could pay for that. Heroic is kind of a joke anyway. I think one button is not available for Mythic Raid, right? Oh no, it's just part of your character. Not anything it wouldn't be available for. You waited on Soak to knock. Yeah, the guy just takes a stack with like 20% health and kills himself. Holy fuck, man. I'm not sure who is going to win the NBA Finals. Oh, I forgot that was even going on. Hopefully a draw. Hopefully nobody wins. That'd be best case. I need one button to flame the party after we brick a key. GG, lol. Just type a bunch of like macros in chat. That'd be cool. Are we gonna have enough damage to break this before? Yeah, looks like it. Just barely. Tails is doing 18 DFC as top DPS using one button, but that's not like. That's why I'm confused. Like, I don't. You're just saying the other players in the group are bad, though, right? Like, what is it that statement is? Like, I don't understand the point of doing it. Why do people keep talking about him being the top damage? Is his damage improved with the one button or no? If no, then the rest of the group just sucks. Like, what is like? I don't understand. Like, I could show you high runs where people get carried all the time, man. That's not a video. I'm not sure why people keep saying that, I guess. I'm confused. Because I assumed that they were saying it because it was actually an improvement to his DPS. But if it's not an improvement to his DPS and he's just actually fucking trolling the group and they suck, like, right? Like, what else? I don't get it. Like, he can play better. He's choosing not to. And he's beating people with that choice. And that just means they're bad. People just want to complain about... And people like Tails fueled the fire for science. He's been top, but he normally does better, yeah. The point is that you can do a 17 with OBR. Of course you can. There's people like literally get carried every dungeon I do. Like, wait till you see the overall on this key. There's one paladin that's just absolutely put the other one on the back. And we still have a good shot at upgrading it. Like, this guy's losing to me right now. And we're gonna upgrade this, right? I mean, come on. You could probably upgrade keys without a third DPS. There's no statement being made there. It's not interesting. It's not an improvement. Depending on the spec, it's between a 10 to 25% loss, yeah. So him being top DPS is irrelevant. The only reaction you're fishing for is you post a video, I top meters. There's only one reaction you're fishing for. Right. The only takeaway I had was that a little too good for some specs. Oh, really? I think it's just in comparison, because then there's some that are just absolutely god-awful, like Blood Death Knight doesn't even work. It's really weird that it would use Bone Storm at all. The 15 and 25% loss is based on perfect sim. The number might be based on that, but it's still obviously objectively lost, because unless you actually can't do your rotation optimally, the CDR, or what do you call it? The global cooldown is like way prohibitive, right? It's like, it was slow as fuck. Like, I did not enjoy using it. It was really awkward. Especially as a tank, it felt like really prohibitive. I guess we have to wait. I don't know what's gonna happen here. Let's get these instead. Has anyone seen folks with the new Time Ways mount already? Time Ways, was that? Oh, you're talking about the Zoldatar time walking or whatever stuff? This definitely doesn't work for DPS, or it basically only works for DPS, yeah. You can't get it for another 4 weeks. Oh, really? Why? You have to do every time walking week or something? Is the healer auto rotation too for DPS? Yeah, I wanted to actually try like a priest. I think a holy priest would be interesting. But I would imagine for most healers it's just one button. People were saying on Holy Pally it's just Crusader Strike. It won't use Holy Shock for DPS at all. We have a DPS in my 3K push group that has been doing tank damage, so I'm glad they implemented it. Yeah, and so back to the original argument that people were having. Now it's going to become like, if you don't use it, like there's going to be people out there like, okay, are you using the one button thing, bro? Like, come on, man, your damage is too low. One button doesn't press your CDs, defensives, or heals. I thought that, okay, it definitely doesn't press defensives or heals, but neither do bad players. But I thought it was going to not press your offensive CDs either, but it does. It presses some of them. I don't know what it chooses, but it used Dancing Moon Weapon on cooldown for me yesterday. And it used Bone Storm, but not Tombstone, which was fucking bizarre. Like, doesn't make any sense at all. I ran some time walking dungeons and was able to earn 2 of 5 weeks yesterday. Oh, was it like some kind of bug? Did you see the returning dungeons for season 3? Yes. I've been missing your stream. I work the same hours you stream now. Oh yeah, well, the VOD's always there at least. But yeah, I get you. You want to watch it live, I'm sure. Pump for Halls of Atonement. Tazavesh was good too. Yeah, this is gonna be the best dungeon pull ever. I think. I don't think there's even really a debate about that. Do you multi-stream on Twitch? Nope. Just YouTube. I saw some comments with this one button will have the same effect on WoW as Group Finder did, and will not see the true effect for about a year. What does that mean? What effects did Group Finder have on WoW? New to WoW, our drop rates for trinkets and Mythic Plus dungeons super low. Nope, it's all loot's the same, I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'm wrong though, I don't know. I haven't really paid attention to stuff like that. Has OBR users replaced Ogvokers as the meme of the year? Yeah, Og, by the way, like didn't even work when I tried it. I don't know how that works. Just how it changed, how people interact, and how the main base of the players see the game. Oh yeah. Is it a positive though or a negative? I don't understand. I'm glad Priory made it for season 3, but with Flood, I'm happy with Flood too because the trinkets, good source of trinkets. This dungeon pool is gonna have like the best trinkets total I think ever. Because like the shittier the trinket, the higher the drop rate. I'm glad about Priory as well. Fun dungeon. I like this one a lot. It's very fun to tank. Especially as a Blood Death Knight, I imagine. Maybe less fun as other tanks, but I'm happy. Can't wait until I have awful DPS in my group and I can call them one button Andes. That's the thing. I don't know that you can anymore. Anybody who does substantially lower damage than another person should probably just use it, right? Like, I don't know what the truth about this overall is going to be, but I'm pretty sure this one rat just blew the other one out. And if so, then, you know, that one guy should probably just switch. The comments I saw didn't really say. I was not playing with Group Finder. I was not playing when Group Finder was introduced. Yeah, I mean, to me, it's a negative. But I would imagine, like, you know, low skill players would probably like the 1-button rotation thing a lot. The Dungeon Finder is like a definite negative in my eyes. Where can I find the Season 3 details? On Wowhead, of course. Wowhead is unfortunately, the only real source of good WoW in news anymore, but it is the source. Okay, just let that mob melee him to death. That sounds good. Honestly, though, 1-button rotation seems like a weird overcorrection by Blizzard. Yeah, the whole idea of specs being too complicated, first of all, I don't buy. Second of all, I think it's not a bad thing, even if it was true. So I wouldn't call it any type of overcorrection. It's a weird thing that they even added it in the first place. I agree with that, if that's the general sentiment. But if the idea is to nerf the entire game's rotation pool, then no, fuck no. I'm not gonna get nerfed just because people can't figure out how to play like a class. Like, it's really embarrassing how that happens so often. People try to get the game to be worse just because they suck at it. It's so unfun. This guy's getting 3 deaths now, getting a little carry here. Let's see what it looks like at the end. Did you see the 11.2 stop? Yep, yeah, we reacted to it. I started the stream like the second it was all posted. It was kind of crazy. I saw the dungeon pool get posted, and then by the time I refreshed, everything was there. Some specs are complicated, but not often in terms of pure rotation. Right, that's what I mean. So anybody who was like asking for that or demanding it to be simplified, it's just like, you just gotta work on it, man. It's like, it's not meant to be easy. It's supposed to be fun for years to come. Finish that quest too. Okay, yeah, you see? I told you, look at this. So this guy got carried, like hardcore. Like, he lost by a full million, over 1 million to a hunter. And then died two times on the last boss. So if that guy is using 1-button rotation and he did 5 million damage, it's not impressive because he just beat shitty players. So this guy should be using the 1-button rotation. Ooh, a shield too, that's nice. Do I get a transmog? Yeah, I automatically get the transmog for that. That's nice. Okay, so let's take a look at our trinket, or our belt as well. Gotta get this on the spreadsheet. No offense, but if you guys think retail is button bloat, you live in a delusional world. Back in MoP, I had 84 keybinds as a PvPer and snapshotting to worry about. Well, that has nothing to do with whether or not it does or doesn't. It could have even more button bloat in the past, but it still could have button bloat. But yeah, regardless, I don't think it's an issue. 84 keybinds or 8. I think it's just about managing what you have and doing the best you can. Asking for Blizzard to change that is not good for anybody because there's people out there who like it and they don't want it to change. I stopped reading when you said PvP. Retail has never been easier to play, besides Classic. 2 of 3 of those 84 keybinds are to target the 2nd and 3rd arena target. Oh yeah. Can you hover over the paladin's damage? How would we be able to tell if he was using it? They have the exact same damage breakdowns basically, but this guy's like, it's slightly different, I guess. Okay, brother, if you're just gonna attack viewers, I don't know what your actual point is, but I appreciate you trying to have a conversation, but this ain't how you do it. What else? It's like winning in the Special Olympics. You aren't handicapped. It's like entering the Special Olympics and intentionally handicapping yourself and then beating people who are actually handicapped and being like, look, I was the top damage. Oh, great. Okay, week 6. Resto Shaman. Ret and Ret. Alright. See you later, brother. Yeah, I mean, no offense, but you bring up PvP, especially the guy's talking about fucking mop. Like, who the fuck gives a shit? Nobody's talking about mop PvP right now. All right. Anyway, oh yeah, we're gonna look at our belt. Yeah, I mean that's pretty good, right? It did not beat Twilight Devastation though, so I don't know. Mop's more than 10 years ago, I think. His point was not about PvP though. It was just that the game had more button bloat at one point than it does now, but that's not. Nobody gives a shit about that. That's not what's being discussed. The proc is hasted, so the more haste you have, the more procs. Yeah. Probably just put the other one back on, honestly. Just lose a lot defensively there. I did read somewhere that Templar for Ret is supposedly bugged right now. Stuff not triggering properly. Doesn't explain the gap between the two Rets though, no. Faxi, you do realize your armory is public. You never accomplished anything hard. Your only accomplishment is content after nerfs. Okay, another ban. If you guys are new here, Faxi and I have played the game for a very long time together, so if your point is to come here and attack him, then you will be banned for that. If you want to make a point that's actually being discussed right now, you're welcome to do that. But it has nothing to do with what Faxi's saying, I can tell you that. Alright, unfortunately 17 Floodgate is the one we got. I think we've already done that and failed it. Did you see the new season announcement? No, what happened? I didn't see it. Yes, of course I saw it. I refresh Wowhead like 100 times a week. And PvPers wonder why no one plays their minigame. It's kind of crazy, actually. Come in here and have a fucking argument with somebody over nothing. Alright, anyway. Is that Ellie? Wouldn't mind Ellie. I think we go Ellie, Death Knight, Paladin. Seems like a strong comp. Pineapple is good on pizza. Come on, brother. Enough with the hate. Enough with the hateful comments, man. Alright, that guy's interesting. 3,500. Wait, what the fuck? Who is that guy? That's like a top player or something? 3,900 player. A new boss the size of Stormwind. Yeah, that's crazy, right? Yeah, it's like you guys are just making new accounts at this point. I don't know what your problem is with Faxi, but please stop wasting my time with this nonsense. Oh, that's Young Metro. That's not me, though. Should have taken that guy, I guess. Did we get the Paladin? We didn't get the Death Knight. What happened? He didn't take the invite. Hotter take. Strawberries on pizza are better. Ooh, strawberries? Who the fuck does that? That's crazy. Is that a thing? Never tried that. Stop making YouTube accounts. Make some more WoW accounts so your minigame has people to queue with. Good comeback. I've never heard of strawberries. Yeah. Alright, man. Not funny, sorry. Just chill out. You gotta try it with pepperoni. I don't even know where I would try it. Does a restaurant sell that, or do you just put it on yourself? For my pizza, I like French fries and Oreos. Okay, that's not even pizza at that point. That guy's just not gonna accept it, so we'll take this guy. You're so fast at banning them. I could tell immediately the second I see the names. Like some random person says something that I've never seen before say something. Oh, okay. New account. Anchovies, pepperoni, and basil. The goat toppings. I've never had anchovies. Is it good? Is it like... They're like little fish or something or what? Do you put paste on it? Because I've heard that like paste is quite nice, but I've never had actual like you chew through them or something. Why are these people not taking the invite? I gotta try cookies and French fries. That sounds like fair food or something. That does not sound like pizza. You have if you've eaten Caesar salad. Yeah, I like the taste of anchovies, I think, but I've never eaten an anchovy on a pizza. Little fish fillets. They taste salty. No real strong fish taste. I gotta try it. But pizza's already mad salty, right? That's Texas State Fair stuff? Yeah, it sounds like it. Callback from the movie Mr. Deeds. Oh, really? What, the Oreos thing? Apparently Blizzard wanted to make time walking dungeons harder, but the new BFA dungeons ended up being easier. Oh, really? Last time I did PvP was Shyline Season 1 when we needed to do it for gear. Gotcha. Yeah, PvP not well loved among the PvE community, I can tell you that. Tried the 17 Floodgate this morning with a warrior tank. It didn't go well. Oh, really? Okay. Let's take somebody else then. How about a hunter? Little Tuggy. I do like fair food, but yeah, fried Oreos. I gotta have some more. I had some at the fair 2-3 weeks ago whenever we went. They were really good. Oh, by the way, yeah, so I had Taco Bell last night. Those new crispy chicken strip things they have are so insanely good. Like, oh my god. But you gotta get the wrap instead, because man, the single strips is like a bizarre overpriced bullshit. Like, it was $5 for 2 strips. Like, I tried them and I was like, wow, that was the worst fucking value ever. And they were not large, but they taste insanely good. Gonna have to stop by Taco Bell tonight. Yeah, get the wrap, whatever it's called, the ranch. I haven't tried the spicy one. I should have tried the spicy one. Next time I'm gonna get the spicy one. It's pretty expensive, but it's actually quite filling, and it's not too bad. My question earlier was with combat add-ons being removed, won't difficulty and pace decreased? Probably not. I don't like. That's what I said. Like, the things that are add-on specific are not removable. So if they remove something like being able to track the damage types I take, or the whatever other big things that you guys track, they're not going to be able to nerf combat to compensate for that. Like, what can they possibly do? You know what I mean? Overpriced fast food. I think you mean Arby's or Culver's. No, yeah, Taco Bell. But it's really just a one item. Like, everything else is a good deal. I still spent less than $20. I don't even know how much everything was, but I was trying new stuff because I was wanting to try it. Did you talk about the Season 3 Mythic Plus pool? Yeah, it was the very beginning of the stream. We looked at it. McDonald's strips sucks. They need to bring back the McCrispy ones. I know we were talking about that. How the fuck they don't have the chicken selects back? Arby's is awesome, but too expensive. I haven't had Arby's in a long time. I'd rather starve than eat Arby's. Why? I've been having issues with priority first pull. I pull the first 3 packs and hug the left corner, but somehow the pack on the top keeps getting aggroed. I can't tell either, but I will encourage you to record your runs and send them in, and we can take a look at it for you if you want. But I wouldn't recommend doing that. I would recommend doing the route that I do. I think that's the best way to start the dungeon. Arby's curly fries, though, you can buy them in a bag. I bought them at the grocery store the other day. They're actually not, like, they feel like they're the exact same fries. I got Zaxby's for me and 3 little ones yesterday. $80. Whoa. For 4 people, $80? That's like, okay, yeah. You gotta start going to Taco Bell, man. Metro. Check Wowhead. Do you guys see what this says on the screen? I'm scared to read it. Blizzard has revealed to Wowhead that a new Mythic Plus deserter system will be implemented in Season 3. that will mark frequent leavers in LFG. Mythic Plus leavers are one of the most frustrating things that can happen to your key if the rest of the group doesn't want to quit. Players have voiced their concerns on this topic across social media over the last several expansions, and Blizzard has even taken some previous actions on them. At the beginning of War Within, Blizzard added a deserter debuff. In a recent interview with Blizzard, Wowhead talked with Drew D'Souza and Taylor Sanders, who revealed that they'll be adding a new Mythic Plus deserter system in Season 3. They don't have all the details, but share some early notes about the first iteration of the system, which will hopefully address the problem. In order to leave a Mythic Plus dungeon without penalty, players must initiate a vote, and the group must agree. If a player leaves without a successful vote too frequently, they will be marked as someone who leaves often in the group finder. Marked players can lose the mark by successfully completing the dungeons and using the vote system properly. Wowhead, are there any changes to address the frustration of joining LFG groups and dealing with leavers in Season 3? Yeah, I don't have all the details. We'll be sharing this as we go live with Ghost of Karash throughout PTR, but we're actually introducing a deserter key system. So the rough summary, and again, there will be more details that come out as we progress through the PTR cycle, is that you'll need to put up an abandoned vote essentially on a dungeon if things aren't working well. And if the group decides agrees you disband, then there's no harm, no foul to your rating or anything like that. If you're leaving keys too often in this first iteration, we're not going to penalize you on an account level. You'll be marked as someone who leaves often, so in Group Finder, you're going to see this player quits. That said, if you're on good behavior and you're finishing keystones or using the abandoned system appropriately, you'll lose that mark as well. First iteration, we're going to take a bunch of feedback, but we do view this as a problem. We want to build a tool for players to agree that the key is over and punish players who suddenly vanish. We're going to roll it out carefully and make sure we get feedback along the way, so it'll be iterated upon. Many players will be excited that Blizzard is looking to address some of the issues with players leaving LFG with this change. That said, it's hard to say how this will affect the community without seeing it in action. Then why are we talking about it? Many players have had concern in the past that this could lead to some malicious players who hold a key hostage. However, it's unlikely that any system is perfect, and for every key where the system is used maliciously, multiple other keys go to completion because players don't want to be flagged as leavers. Having constant leavers be socially excluded from the group using a public mark almost seems like a more deterrent than suspending an account, as players will have to climb their way out of the hole they dug themselves. This seems reminiscent of Dota's low priority queue, where instead of instantly suspending players who frequently leave, they get sent to a special queue to play with other low priority players. I think it's unlikely that players who are publicly marked will get into a group, especially as a DPS, as that mark likely increases the chance of the key being bricked, forcing marked players to play with each other to remove the mark. The exact details of the system are currently unknown, and there will be kinks and loopholes to work out. We'll see when the system goes into the PTR. If someone leaves the group before the vote, can the rest of the players leave immediately, or will the remaining players need to still vote? I doubt it. Do disconnects count as leaving? Good question. What are the thresholds for someone being marked as a leaver? It's unlikely that Blizzard will ever say the exact numbers. Will players be able to abuse recovering from a mark by queuing and abandoning any dungeon instantly? I can't believe it took this long. I can't believe they're doing it like this. But this is everything I could have wanted. I mean, we'll see how it actually, like, based on what's said here, if this is all true. Fucking crazy win. I'm so impressed that they're actually able to do this, because for years I would say that they were not going to do a leaving vote because of the tech behind it. I didn't think that that would ever work. Technology-wise, because I'd be very interested to see how it works in the first place, because you can do keys without 5 players. So how does it work if you only have like 3 players? Like, do you still get a penalty? You know what I mean? Like, what happens if you just start a dungeon with 4 people and then somebody wants to leave? So yeah, it'd be very interesting to see how the like small parts of this works. But on paper, yeah, it's the best thing they've ever done. And I really, really, really like how it works. They actually, Wowhead article says it best. It's more of a deterrent than having a ban on your account, because this makes you, as the person who literally only gives a fuck about score and no other people on the planet, you are now an undesirable candidate. And Yeah, that's perfect. Because that's what you should have been the whole fucking time. You are an undesirable candidate. We just don't know you are. You know what I mean? People who leave hundreds of keys a season are an undesirable candidate, but we can't tell because of the way the game's made. So this solves all that, I hope. And I'm in awe. I'm really shocked. Like, this is... Dude, Blizzard is just, like, literally killing it right now. It's so impressive. I can't wait to see this. There's going to be a lot of fucking videos on this in the future. How do you think they should handle disconnects? You should, yeah, it should count as a lever. If you disconnect more than once a week in a dungeon, you're a problem regardless. This is going to trigger a large portion of the high key community. Why the high key community? They don't pug. So this is actually perfect because anybody who's in the top end, they all agree to stop anyway. And that was another reason that I didn't think there would ever be punishments, because I didn't think they would be able to punish people without accidentally punishing others. But because it's a vote, it's like there is no punishment if you don't want it. And as long as everybody who's in Discord together doesn't troll each other and click nothing, you know? But I always thought they would need a queue system for this. I always thought they would need a system alongside of it, because it seems superfluous to make a system when all 5 people are friends. You know what I mean? Like, for the system to exist, you would think there would also need to be a queue system to randomize the group as well. But yeah, I'm very eager to see if there's anything else besides this coming. I bet there is. But yeah, this is crazy. And Biak, thank you so much for posting about this. It looks like everybody else didn't even know about it. He was the first person to post about it, and I have it up on the screen, and everybody's still talking about, like, other shit. It's crazy. Most people who pug in the high end, they agree anyway. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's not going to impact anybody other than the people that we see. Best part is that it gives the benefit of the doubt for people who need instant leave for a legit reason. Yeah, and it sounds like if you do actually leave a couple times, it's fine. What was the actual wording on it? It's like kind of, it seems quite lenient. But yeah. Internet issue is not an issue because it says you'll only be marked if you leave too often. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, if you accidentally have internet issues 100 times a year, then you have a problem. You got to work on that. If your connection is that dubious, you shouldn't be doing anything competitive. Yep, I agree. Even when I played WoW in Iran, I didn't DC that often. Yep. What do you think of the new dungeon pool for Season 3? I reacted to it at the very beginning of the stream, but I think it's going to be the best season dungeon pool ever. They also posted maybe a hint of a Demon Hunter 3rd spec. Yeah, in the video, there was something about Demon Hunters. And I was like, what? Could Void Themed Demon Hunters be the newest WoW specialization? Probably. That'd be pretty nuts. Yeah, who the fuck is that guy, right? The fact that there's 3 of them is very interesting, right? That would be one hell of a Season 3. I mean, I think it's probably going to happen. Just like, wow, man. WoW is... Brother, I am so impressed with everything they've been doing. I can't get over it. This patch yesterday is like the best minor patch ever, and then within not even 24 hours later, they follow it up with all this. It's gonna be the best patch ever. Oh, don't even tell me to support Demon Hunter. I left less than 10 keys ever since week 1 of Legion. Yeah, same. Ooh. Important thing is this topic is almost impossible to have a perfect solution, yet they're trying, and this is awesome. I think it is a perfect solution. What are some things that you think are imperfect about what they wrote? Can check my clip? What do you mean, what clip? You're not gonna be able to link it on YouTube if you try to link something. Outside of an actual DC, I don't think I've ever been first to leave. Good. You think this could be the best Mythic Plus season? The dungeons are good, yeah. It's gonna be the best Mythic Plus season ever. The order of magnitude that the game's gonna improve next season is remarkable. Absurd, really. That's what else? Do you think this could be us? We read that. Only thing I regret is that you had gotten the party and it caused you to drop. Yeah. Unfortunate, but I had to read that without any pressure. I'm excited for next season, but why do they keep bringing back Shadowlands dungeons? Probably because they're the most polished. But obviously, we know why they're bringing back Tazavesh. I think that, like everything, people will find some way around it on occasion. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you would. I want to see effort to at least address a problem, and this is a great step in that direction. Yep. What's the best way to send you a clip? I guess YouTube. Is it something you want me to just look at really quick, or do you want me to actually do like a review of something? If you want a review, then send it to the email on the channel, onelegiontv@gmail.com. But if you just want me to look at something real quick, then yeah, just send it in Discord. I enjoy the Season 1 Dungeons too, so the fact that they're doing a tuning pass on those is awesome. Yeah, eager to see that, but because those are... The problem with that idea, the two that we have coming back from Season 2 are the harder of the season, whereas the dungeons from Season 1 are the easiest. So it does make you worry a little bit maybe, but... I haven't played in BFA. I haven't played BFA. In Shadowlands, I stopped after Legion ended and came back in the War Within. How good are the Shadowlands dungeons from Season 3? I look at Halls of Atonement as one of the best dungeons ever made for Mythic Plus. So, Tazavesh Streets was one of my favorite as well. I did not like Gambit, but mostly the things I didn't like about Gambit were affix related. So effectively, we have 3 of the best dungeons in my entire in the history of Mythic Plus, in my opinion. I heard Tazavesh is good. I've never done it. I love it. Yep. Halls was kind of middle of the pack in Shadowlands, but it was kind of easy because of some routing things that you can do that really helped the timer in the Season 3 where they had the woe affix. But we'll see what happens with routes now. I don't think people point to the dungeons or raids when saying Shadowlands was bad. I think Blizzard is trying to prove a point. Shadowlands isn't as bad. Yeah, no, yeah. Everybody liked the dungeons. I never heard anybody say anything bad about the dungeons. Halls was super fun. What is Dawnbreaker doing there? It was voted on. Those 4 dungeons were voted on. This sounds like it will catch most scenarios, which is awesome. I've learned to never be surprised by the effort and creativity of WoW players. I think that's good. If they go way out of their way to try to circumvent this, then we'll have footage of it and we can expose them further. There's no losing here, I don't think. I'm so confused by this post saying levers are getting deserter. It says constant levers will get put in low priority queue. Are they leaking that a dungeon finder is being added? That's what I said. I'm eager to see what else comes because it sounds like there's more than just what they said. But yeah, we'll see. The fact that this is now a design challenge is enough. They will get there over time. Yep. What's your favorite BFA dungeons? Ataldazar. That's the end of the story. I can give you a more nuanced answer, but no point. And then there's also a post about class changes. That's like an actual post or what? They just talk about it, I guess. Yeah, that's all it says. Pugging Yasma and low keys was the scariest thing. 2 sec, dog needs in. In what?
You wish to buy?
Needs to come in, I guess, from the storm.
Well.
Did they say how the vote had to be? No, they didn't mention anything about it. It's just one, they said an interview, which didn't get posted, right? I didn't see the interview. So that interview might be insane. You don't love Waycrest and its tight corridors and cramped space? Well, I liked it the second iteration. The problem I had with Waycrest was the RNG doors. But yeah. I wonder how they will handle a lever who just goes AFK in the dungeon. Yeah, there'll be a vote to kick him or something like that. See, these are not problems. People have always said oh, you're going to be able to hold the group hostage or all this bullshit. It's like, no, that's very socially identifiable. If somebody behaves that way, like right now they get away with it because they're able to pretend like they're doing something that's fine. But once Blizzard's like, hey, leaving is not fine, and then they start trying to circumvent leaving, that's worse. You know what I mean? So everybody who sees that will immediately know that person's a scumbag, and because of the nature of the channel, hopefully we'll be able to raise awareness around it. It's like it's a win-win. There's no loss here because Blizzard has now drawn the line in the sand, and if you disagree with that line, then you lose. Like that's all there is to it. Obviously, there's still going to be like mostly groups that are going to agree to disband, though. I'll probably still be the only person voting no on a lot of these dungeons, but get ready. I'm never going to vote yes. Like, it's going to be no every time it comes up, so probably going to cause some fights. Because in League, people do that all the time. Like, for fuck's sake, who voted yes? You know what I mean? Like, so we'll see what happens. I think most people are willing to continue. It's like 1 to 2 that would leave. Well, we made a video on, was it Saturday from last week? Yeah, it had to be Saturday. Where this one guy just ruins his whole key and everybody wants to continue and they try to finish it, but they can't because they only have 4 players and the last boss is really hard with 4 people. So that's like exactly who this is targeting. That guy's gonna be, he's gonna have that fucking stain on his record 100%. I think it depends on the key level. Yeah, definitely. Obviously, lower keys are everybody's gonna vote yes or no or whatever you would say. Like they want to stay. I doubt it would take 5 of 5. Nah, it's definitely not gonna be 5 of 5. 3 of 5 is how they handle it in League, I think, or is it 4? It might be 4 actually. Yeah, there's no way to hold anybody hostage. Everybody agrees to finish the key now, so that's the thing about it. If you don't, then don't join the key. Don't pug, I guess. Or only pug with people that you talked to prior or something. Really focus up on this pack because we lost Purgatory like an idiot there. A group of 3 Demon Hunters and is a console fight in the raid. Oh yeah, still. That doesn't, I don't think that has anything to do with anything. Did you change your route for high keys? No, this has been what we've been doing the whole time. We've changed a little bit over the course of the season by going left first. But other than that, no. I just want to call out that the way they are doing tier sets now is what I've always said they should do. Yeah, I was thinking about you when I read that. And then there was, what else was, there was something else I was thinking of Faxi when I read it. But yeah, there's a lot of good ideas coming out, so I'm glad to hear it. What's the weak ore for ready and pull? That's part of Exorce's raid tools or whatever it's called now, method raid tools. All you gotta do is not be a scumbag and the system won't hurt you. Yep. Yeah, now Blizzard has stated, like, here's the rules of the system. So, you know, you gotta play by those rules. If you don't want to play by those rules, then don't pug. Play with other people who agree that you should stop when you want to stop. This dungeon gets a lot of votes to be in Season 3, but do people like the dungeon? I think they like the trinkets, yeah. All the... I don't know about Dawnbreaker, but the other 3 dungeons are all dungeons that have very good loot. Does Dawnbreaker have very good loot? Maybe if they kick someone, the timer should stop until they are replaced. No, you can't replace people in Mythic Plus. That would be way too... That's way too much. City of Threads? What about it? Luckily that one's not coming back. Could you imagine? Ready, pull, weak ore, bug all the time, so I would really recommend to use Exorc's raid tools. Oh, there's like weak ores and they don't work great? No, not City of Threads. It's Arakara that's coming back. Maybe they should just make keys not deplete, so the worst thing if someone shits or disconnects is you go again. No, this is the right choice for sure. It doesn't matter. Even if there was 0 punishment for the person who put the key up, this is how it should be too. Like I said, for years you were able to get away with it because there was no way to tell that you were a bad actor. And now there will be a way to tell.
Well, what have we here?
You guys stay right where you are.
I like Dawnbreaker. Yeah, I like Dawnbreaker a lot too. That was a fun one from the last season. The last part of the stream, what is they will be doing? Oh, there'll be a video. Stay tuned. Actually, maybe I'll just make a whole new video on it because I'm sure there's going to be more that comes out over the next few days, but it'll definitely be, yeah, there's going to be a lot of videos this weekend. Stay tuned. We need measures for the people who abuse the system, not changing the system around the behavior of sociopaths. I think the biggest issue historically is that you can put your key up and somebody can just leave it the second you start it and you go backwards and they get no punishment. But also, they should also be punished. Like, both are an issue, so I'm glad that they've addressed both now. I'm so happy we get to keep Floodgate. I like the loot, so I'm happy with that. What are your talents? What do you mean? I don't have a easy way to answer that, but you can see them on Wowhead or on Raider.io, I mean. Beware. Why is the other hero talent so popular in Mint's Blood DKs? What's Sandland? Yeah, more damage. That's TLDR, for some reason, a thing all Blood Death Knights but me fixate on. Yeah, my talents are juggling. Beware. I'm a good public speaker. Beware. Grimbato is by far my favorite for layout, but mostly the funny moments. We had some great ones, that's for sure. That dungeon was pretty special in that way. Grimbato was amazing for videos. Yeah, we had some of the best of the season from that one. The death run if you wiped in the second boss was brutal. Oh yeah, they're also addressing that. That's what I was thinking about Faxi, because he always talks about checkpoints. What's your thoughts on that one, Faxi? You like that? A City of Angels, yep. We'll stop Priory next season so the well of content won't run dry. Oh yeah, that's true too. Priory's become like the content dungeon. So thumbs up, you like it? I figured you would. Floodgate is the only one I struggle with. My lowest key so far, 13 in everything and 11 for Floodgate. Oh yeah. It's a pretty hard dungeon numerically too, honestly. Has anybody found anything negative about the Season 3 announcements? There's one guy before was arguing about the dungeons. He doesn't like the dungeons or whatever, but... The only person I've seen that wasn't overwhelmingly excited about this so far. I love Shadowlands Dungeon, so I'm eating good. Oh yeah, yeah. It's gonna be a good season. Did they say where the new zone will be? No. Good question. The only thing I'm not 100% thrilled with is how the tier sets look. Oh, do we know that yet?
I'll get him, boy. Beware.
Probably 3 months. Yeah, I guess so. I'm not exactly sure when. I had no idea you can walk into the bombs like that. What do you mean? What I'm trying to do is keep the boss near them, so when he charges, no matter where he charges to, he will break some. But these people keep putting bombs on top of me, so I can't, like, do it.
Stand still. I ain't done. Beware.
New zone is an ethereal planet corrupted by a void lord, yeah. Is season 3 the last one? I would say so, but I guess we'll find out. I don't know. The Echo Dome area looks sick. It does look sick, yeah. I agree, it looks really fucking cool.
I'll get him, boy. Beware.
Boss is chaotic. It's not supposed to be. This is a very easy fight now. If the tank knows what he's doing, very easy. Could get a season 4 in 2026. I don't think we will, though. I think they are trying to get the expansions to be a little bit faster. Funny, I was talking to Rookie and Jazz like last week saying I love Netherstorm because of the domes, and now we get domes. That's cool. I have not been in Netherstorm in an incredibly long time.
Beware. Beware.
We need to see if they repeat the same thing from Shadowlands and Dragonflight with the rotating raids. I would imagine they won't have a season 4 at all. I think it's a good way to elongate an expansion when they have to work on new content. I don't think they have to do that anymore. It seems like they're way ahead, doesn't it? Like that woman on that interview even said she was the point on this patch. What does that mean? That like she's part of a small team that works on the patch specifically and she's the leader of it? So that indicates that they have like many teams perhaps developing all the patches at once. And if that's the case, then what do they need a season 4 to do? I don't think there's a fated season. I think we'll be in Midnight by early March. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know about March, but... Curious what theme they go for with the endgame raids for Season 3. Oh, you didn't see it? It's a pretty cool looking raid too, honestly. I've always loved WoW, but the complexity of the game and my skill issues have drafted me away from it. I still enjoy watching more skillers play the game. Well, it's not you know, you don't have to be anything special to be able to learn. Just need to find the tools that help you the most. So, if you have any questions about anything, let me know. I will happily help you. Time to use your one button rotation. Yeah. Oh, they showed. Yeah, if you didn't watch the video, I would definitely. We watch it again on live on stream, so if you want to just watch me watch it, you can, but I don't even really comment during it. I just watch the whole thing, so might as well just watch it on your own. Les Corporal, welcome. Good morning. Oh, God. You're just waking up. You missed a lot. be leveling during March Madness. That'd be crazy. Yeah, I hope it's not March. Actually, I think Duke's gonna underperform heavily this season, so fuck it. Let's play WoW. Timer's looking good, you think? I don't feel like it would be, but maybe. Okay. 22 million damage, what? Lots of deaths, yeah. Well, 3 only, but yeah. A couple bad ones. Ads are not dead. Hey Griffin, what's up, man? Welcome. Hope you saw the news. All good stuff coming today, man. I'll tell you what. With this Libra thing being implemented, you think Blizzard should also do something about boosting? No, I wouldn't worry about that, personally, if I was Blizzard. It's not ideal, but low priority if you ask me. Okay, this is like gonna be like a 6-minute fight. And we have the it's over anyway. Doing well today? Yeah, same as always, brother. If I'm playing and streaming WoW, I'm doing well. You don't have to worry about that. There's no point in doing something about boosting because people are getting boosted for free all the time. Yep, that's a good point. What do you think about DK possibly getting a rework next patch? See that guy leaving, right? DK getting a rework to do DPS specs are, yeah, nothing for blood it looks like. I watched Title stream and he's timing 18s with one button and doesn't even need to spam it. He just holds it. How do you just hold it? How's that work? Oh yeah, let's see some of the oh man, okay, I'm gonna make a whole video on this, man. I gotta read the comments. There's 0 when I looked at it. I'm scared to look at it. A script? Oh, he's gonna get banned for that, isn't he? For some reason I read Brewmaster as blood. I hope that brew will be fun. Maybe we'll try it. He's using auto hotkey. That's, yeah, no, you'd get banned for that. Hey Kyle, what's up? Welcome. You're not allowed to automate key presses in WoW. The new tier sets could be really cool. Agreed. I think it would be interesting to guess the age group that makes up leavers. I was chatting with a couple of guys who said they leave keys quite frequently. Most were over 40. No, I don't think there's any uniformity to it, but if it was me, I would assume it's like young, like 20s. Because whenever you talk to these people, they talk in ways that you would expect to be younger people. You know, honestly, I would like to see how I do on Balance True with OBR. So any of you guys who are out there, I really have to ask for a favor at this point. I've tried beating around the bush with it, but I now have to ask specifically. And I don't mean to insult anybody, but any of you guys out there who, you know, maybe you don't feel like you're succeeding as much, or you're struggling with your spec or something like that. Like if you're not, you know, if you don't feel like you're killing it right now, I would really like to see you record a run with 1-button rotation and a run without it and compare the two. I would like to make a video on this. Honestly, you should make a video on this, but if you don't make videos, just record the runs and send them to me. I'd be very much interested in analyzing it, and maybe a log or something, I don't know, but yeah, I think this would be a very interesting thing. Like, if you're out there who, you know, you're not doing like higher keys yet, you've been struggling with keys, you feel like you're not getting what you want out of the season. I don't know if it's like a pride thing or what, but yeah, give it a try. Like, swallow that and give it a try and compare it and be objective and try to be productive with that, you know? I think it'd be very interesting to learn the truth of it. One-button rotation is a massive DPS loss. I've heard conflicting results on that, so we're going to try to make a video on that too this weekend, but I've heard conflicting results on that. Some are suggesting it's not for them. Yeah, but the idea of Tettle's timing it with 8, that's just irrelevant. Like, he's a player that does above that, first of all, right? I don't know where he actually is at, but I don't know why people keep bringing that up. What is the reason that you bring that up? Like, why do you think that's important? There's people who get carried in every single key we do, like literally every key. I've never seen a key where all 3 do the exact same amount of DPS, though. We almost never fail a key because the damage is too low. Right, he's also 1 of 3 DPS, yeah. People think they can go into 18s with 3 DPS using it and succeed, which would be wrong. They definitely can. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, DPS is not the limiting reagent in keys. Maybe at the absolute highest level it is, but... He told the stream he could time 19s with all 3 DPS using it, and he'd be right, I would imagine, yeah. I've never done a 19, I don't know, but... I've definitely done plenty of 16s and 17s now, and there's plenty of people getting carried every key. I had a key where all the DPS were between 27 and 27.9%. Oh, you mean like an even 3 DPS split? That's cool. OBR is good for me because it helps focus a bit more on situational awareness. Yeah, see, that's why I was saying I would really love to see a video of you doing a key with and without it. I think it would be really helpful. 1 button is better for some specs over others. Title estimates it's a 40 to 35% drop from 99th percentile players. So if you grade parse, it's probably an upgrade for those players. Yeah, that's kind of what we've been talking about here for a little bit. I can use OBR for healing. I can mash buttons when the party is topped off. Oh, yeah. Healing rotations, DPS-wise, are so simple anyway, though. The thing is, because he turns on the 1 button doesn't mean he loses all his skill and knowledge he has otherwise. He uses his beam and typhoon perfectly. Barkskin and bear if needed. Yeah, well, you're right, but I don't know. People are just focused on the damage number. People get really addicted to that kind of thing, I think. Like, they think that, like, as long as... I don't know. Whatever. My raid leader is recommending us to use it on Galliwick's Mythic progression to focus more on mechanics. I'm not too much of a fan of that. Yeah. He's probably right, to be honest. I don't really think that anybody who's doing, like, high-end Mythic raiding is going to have that kind of trouble, though. But it is quite fun. I really enjoyed using it for that same reason, because you just totally, like... You can turn your whole UI off. It's kind of fucking cool, man. You don't even need a UI. You just press 1 button over and over again and have your keybinds of your defense and interrupts and stuff still there, and everything else can go. That's like pretty nuts. Provided it's not a huge loss. Like, that alone is value. Reddit is losing their minds over this feature. Oh yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if it got nerfed, because that's what I was saying. Like, I don't think they added it to buff bad players. I don't think they did that. So if like your average player is actually going to be better off using it, they may nerf it further. Shadow Priest has become muscle memory at this point, and so that was kind of the, like, so I'd be really interested with everybody trying it, because there was a couple of people who have already posted that it's improved their DPS, and so I would have imagined that before the patch they would have thought they were doing pretty well rotationally, you know. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of people out there who it could help. It's only a 10% loss for Warlocks. For which spec? Because people were saying it's really bad for Warlocks. But maybe it's different specs. It's actually crazy because Mythic Plus has consistently been the best content in the game in my eyes for like 8 years now. And they continue to manage to make it better and better. It's like, it's shocking. You would think it would get worse. At the end of the day, I want to time my keys and have people play well enough. I don't really care whether they press one button or 50. Yeah. I don't care, personally, but... Fox and Enjoyer, welcome back. How are the runs going today? We haven't really done a lot. It's only like our third key because we've been going over all the crazy shit, so. But we did upgrade the 16 the first try, so that's good, I guess. But then the 17, not so much.
Beware.
What are your thoughts on the Season 3 dungeon pool? It's going to be the best season dungeon pool ever. I would like to think I do better without the one button, but I haven't tried it. Yes, that's what I'm saying. You really should give it a try. And you should record it or some kind of reaction gets said to it, because I think it would really surprise a lot of people.
Beware.
I play Frost Death Knight. I only press 4 buttons anyway. Oh, yeah. Excited for Halls coming back? Oh, yeah. Tiles and the OBR proving pure damage isn't the deciding factor in timing keys. With that said, I'm going to test it out as Dev and Baby Evoker. Yeah, good luck, because I tested it yesterday as Og and Preservation. It doesn't seem to work. Unless it's something that I was doing wrong, I don't know. But it kept trying to like use the empowered spells and then would just kind of cancel them. Yeah, I probably need to just make like a bunch of videos kind of reacting to the... Wait, where the fuck did we get a warrior? Did I invite a warrior? Anyway, yeah, I guess I maybe just make a little video on all the different things. I just hit the target dummy for 2 minutes. As marksman, I did 3.9 million. One button did 2.6. That's a lot, yeah. But to be fair, a target dummy, you can be very precise with your rotation and have a lot less baggage weighing you down, you know? I'd like to do Karazhan and other BC and vanilla dungeons again in modern times. Oh, really? Yeah, those I don't think would work for Mythic Plus if that's what you're suggesting. Karazhan's already been remade, but other than full remakes like that one, I don't think they can do it. Hey, Clicks, welcome back. Imagine if they remade Mana Tombs. That would be cool, actually.
Beware. Beware.
Not really sure why all the ethereals were in TBC, though. Is there a reason for that? I have to do the ethereal lore walking thing, I guess. Can you change the waste proc in dungeons? I doubt it. I'm not even wearing it anymore. Doesn't seem very good. Glad to see Halls of Atonement is back in the rotation. Yep. Halls of Atonement is the one with the laser boss, right? Not sure what that means. The real highlight is going back to Azure Vaults. Yeah, that's a delve, huh? That's so cool. We'll be doing delves again. As long as the music plays. The first boss is what he means. Oh, yeah, okay. The tower thing? It's a house, it's a church elemental. That's what I used to call it. I thought I invited a Devastation Evoker. How do we get a warrior? Must have clicked the wrong button.
Beware.
Hope Syndragos is back. Oh yeah, probably not, but maybe. You might be mad or something that everybody's in there fucking around. Yeah, I wouldn't call those lasers, but I see why you would say it. Halls of Atonement, one of the more, yeah, that basically has two bosses that are very, very straightforward. So, should be one of the easier dungeons next season just because of that. Azaresh, that's going to be a good one too, I'm excited. Not sure how those will be updated with the fixes. Oh, with updated, you mean no fixes? Those are going to be a lot nicer with no fixes. Ethereal traveled Outland and TBC to steal treasures and artifacts to take back into the Twisting Nether. What, because like the planet was destroyed that they like salvage or scavenged it or something?
Beware. Beware.
Why not Halls of Lightning?
Beware.
I feel like the one button should really only be a last resort accessibility thing for DPS specs while add-ons like Achille exist.
Beware.
Just did a comparison and it was pretty much 25% lower as expected. Oh yeah.
Beware.
Yeah, somewhere. Yeah, yeah. There's a lot going on there, but I hope that people wouldn't use it to improve their character because that would not be the goal of it, I think. But I guess it is an option.
Beware.
Maybe what they should have did. No, that wouldn't work. But maybe what they should have did was you have to press the buttons for a little bit, and then it copies them. And so if you did it wrong the first time, it's going to do it wrong the second time. That would be funny, right? Because otherwise, like, it's kind of weird that it's just like a buff for bad players. I don't think that was their goal.
Welcome to the firing range.
It's playtime. Playtime. Beware.
I'll use it to play alts I don't care for, like my rogue or something. Yeah, that's what I did yesterday. It was actually quite fun. You can literally just make a character, take the default talents, like the ones that Blizzard recommends or whatever, have no UI, you don't even need spells on your bars, and you use it and you do content. Like, it's kind of cool, actually. If there was a way to set up rotation helper like Achille, that would be nice. Well, like a viewable thing on the screen. I'm surprised they didn't go that route instead of the highlighted thing, but... You don't need spells on the bars? Nope, yeah, not at all. You literally don't need anything other than that one button. Obviously, if you want your cooldowns that aren't being pressed in there, you'll need that, but I can go over there in time. Probably just for alts or very casual players, if I had to guess. Well, people are trying to make it sound like it's not. That's what. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about on this. Gonna try to make a video on it this weekend. Yeah, anything covered by the add-on is not needed, but
I'll get him, boy. Beware.
Tails is using it. Yes, I am aware. Yes, I've heard this a million times. Meant wouldn't be surprised. Not would. Oh yeah. There was a guy who put more than 4 one-button rotations on his bar and it crashed his game. Wait, really? Why?
Stand still. I ain't done.
Honestly, if you use the one button and then you don't use your utility properly, you deserve a ban. That happened to Banshers too. Was just like a UI bug. Might get my dad into WoW. His hand's a little arthritic. Oh yeah. Well, cool. Hopefully he'll enjoy it. Unfortunately, one button rotation is not. I think your hand's gonna get worse if you use one button over and over again. It's a lot easier to press multiple buttons. For Banchers, it makes sense. Him even considering one button is insulting. Oh, you can bind it to mouse wheel, I guess? That's interesting. That's probably like the least offensive thing to press, yeah.
Beware. Beware.
I wonder if there's a way to make a macro for it. I don't know why you would, but... Bad faith. Actors on the forums are already losing it. I will purposely white groups to force vote disband. Good. Record that and send it in. I can't wait to expose these people. How much damage was the belt? Not great. It lost the Twilight Devastation, so I took it off. I play WoW with my uncle who's in his 60s and he was excited about the one button, but I told him it made my hand more sore. Yeah, it's not really like, the people who think it's going to help their hands, I don't know why you would think that. You still have to press the buttons frequently. It's not like you stop pressing buttons all of a sudden. That was always the problem I had with Prop Pally, was you press Judgment way too frequently and it caused my hand to hurt after a while. A foot pedal? Yeah, but one way or the other, like, something's gonna get sore. You're pressing the same thing over and over again. I bet you'd like the Haste Proc belt. You can't gauge its value by looking at details, but it's 60% uptime. Yeah, I don't really, like, Haste is not something I would value right now. I was hoping the versatility one was gonna be good, and then they nerfed it, so I just kinda lost interest after that. Spamming Vamp Strike or Unholy as Blood Assailing is pretty bad. Yep, that's a big part of why I don't play it. How are you using Weak Aura? What does that mean? Didn't they buff every belt effects? No, not all of them. A lot of them they were tuning, like some buff, some nerf. And the versatility one was mostly nerf, apparently. They actually intend to rework Blood Death Knight, but they saw Metro playing Frost, so they changed that last minute. That's hilarious, actually. They're like, well, all right, we'll just keep giving this guy what he wants. Oh, he's playing Frost now? All right, we'll fix those then. That's funny. You have a lot of attacks bound to the mouse button, right? Does your thumb get sore? No. That's what I was saying, because pressing multiple buttons does not. Like, it evens it out, I guess. The tip of my thumb gets sore every once in a while, but, like, not the thumb's muscles. But if I just press one, like, even yesterday after only 4 hours of... I didn't even use it. I only used it for a few hours. But only, like, 2 hours of pressing one button, my thumb was very sore. And then if I kept doing it, eventually my wrist would get sore. Plug in an Xbox controller. I don't think that would help. Like, you still have to press a button. Like, it doesn't really matter what the button is. It's just that repetitive motion that hurts or gets uncomfortable. I wouldn't say pain, but it does eventually get uncomfortable. Imagine getting the sonic boom angled into you as a tank and instantly starting a disband vote. Did you like the circlet overcharge belt and the onyx ring? No. I don't really like stuff like that. I'd rather if they were just catch-up items. Not stuff that like was supposed to actually be looked at as good for higher level stuff. At this point in the season, I have no real interest in doing like more maintenance on my gear, you know? I can see the videos coming. DPS pulls and the tank doesn't move and starts the vote disband. I wonder if there'll be any indication who starts it. Probably not, right? I wish Sandland was tankier. The theme is amazing. I like the theme, yeah. Do they even have like visuals? At the beginning of the expansion, they didn't even have like custom visuals though. They have to indicate who voted what, you think? In League they don't. I mean, it's just the vote gets made and then everybody votes on their own privately. That's what I was saying before, like there's a lot of people who get uppity, like a game will definitely be over and then people will still vote yes to stay and it causes even more problems. Blood Beast could have been cooler. They just copied a mob from the Underrod dungeon. Yeah, that was like the visuals were really a huge letdown for me when I first looked at them. I was all in when they announced. Sandland was the first spec in the game they announced. And when they announced it, I was like, okay, I'm playing Sandland. And yeah, I haven't even touched it. I didn't even think about leveling it or playing it with it.
Beware. 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 Beware.
Yeah, I'm so close to not having. Oh, yeah, we did have it not even get its cast. In LFG, you see who initiates the vote? Oh, yeah. When people initiate the vote, the timer stops and every player gets 5 minutes to type out their argument. That would be funny. Visuals on Sandland are especially bad when you compare it to the giant scythe on Deathbringer. Yep. Honestly, the scythe is the main reason I stick with Deathbringer. Oh yeah. can't see who voted that, then I will vote no and then argue in the group chat. That would be kind of funny to try like fuck with the group. For fuck's sake, who voted no? I don't know if the league is meant to be the shining example of it one way or the other, but I think it's the example I'm the most familiar with, so. I'm not sure if there's any other game that has it. I haven't really played a lot of games that have like queued type content, but how do you feel about the hero talent tier sets? Do we actually know what the blood one is? Because all I saw was warrior. Someone just called out, hey bro, someone just tried to kick Metro. You can see what the Death Knight set looks like at least. Oh, really? I didn't even look. I don't really care at this point. It's very rare that I wear the new sets. I remember when League needed 3 people to surrender. Is it 4 now?
Beware.
Yeah, I remember it was 3 for a long time. Was that a big deal when they changed it to 4? Everyone's going right? League system is a lot of spite with holding hostage and people trolling. Yeah. That's not really how it works though. In WoW, you know? In League it could actually be over, but there's always a reason to finish in WoW.
Beware.
Game got worse after changing it to 4. Oh, why? Barely use chat in the game other than agreeing on where to lust. Yep. Certainly I am that way too. One thing I will say that in League I was likely to vote yes more than I would have imagined I was too. And there was still a lot of people who said no. So I think if the system does like fully cross over in that same way, then it will be encouraging. Another thing in League though is you can't vote to disband the second the key starts kind of thing. So it'll be interesting to see how that gets handled. You might have to have so many deaths or something. I still can't believe believers will actually be marked. I know, how cool is that? It's like, oh man, yeah. When I saw that, I was like the happiest I've been. You get to waste another 30 minutes on top of the 30 minutes you already played for a guaranteed loss. No, that's what I mean. Like if everybody else but you disagrees that it's a guaranteed loss, then you gotta stick it out. Marking levers is the best change they could have made. Yep, I agree. Seeing how many people are outraged by the system is really telling on who the issue is. Oh yeah? I can't wait to read the comments, man. I can't wait. I mean, there's not a single person here that's been outraged by it, so I guess that's a good thing. We've developed a good comment, or a good, whatever you would say here, but I can't wait for the on-stream interactions where people will happen in your group. I know, I think it's going to be awesome. It's going to be great everywhere around. Community is the word, yep. Not enough deaths to start disband vote. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. I don't know how they're going to handle that part. Probably going to be some growing pains. Oh yeah, +2s. There's going to be vote to disbands and +2s. That'd be funny. All these toxic people shouldn't be pugging. Yeah, exactly right. That's what this system should help them see. That's why I'm so optimistic about it. If they see they're constantly in keys with other people like them and they're all experiencing the same toxicity from those people as they're distributing to the group, it will help them rehabilitate, you know what I mean? I've been saying this for years. Like, I'm shocked it took this long, but I'm really glad that they went this way because this is the biggest thing. Like, when you leave a key and everybody else doesn't comment or push back against it, you just think you did something that's fine. But your attitude is likely the worst offender in the whole group at that point. So if somehow you were in a group with 5 other people who were like you would never, you'd like fail like constantly, and you would know it. And you would be immediately thinking like, oh shit, I'm really fucking myself at this point. Or the people who are doing the same thing that I used to do are really fucking me. And it would really help, because right now, like, that's why I started whispering people, because right now it feels like a lot of people leave and they don't think anything of it. They're like, no, I'm totally fine to do that. That's not, you don't get to change that, you know? But now Blizzard is basically saying like, oh, yeah, that's not true. So, great. Now they'll have no choice but to think about it. Best case scenario. I almost want to get in some of these groups just to see how toxic it gets. Yeah. Oh, yo, that would be a great video. Low prio queue only. That would be a great video. I'll only invite people with the lever thing and see what they say. Reason for disband, rep managed to enable a vote feature all by himself. That would actually be funny if it like gets bugged out. I don't know how it works though. Like, does the key actually stop once the vote happens? I hope not. I feel like they're gonna have to change the way Mythic Plus Pugging works in general. It's not gonna just be on top of what we have currently. Like I said for years, I feel like this can't come without a queue system. Would you be a diver for content? Oh no, definitely not. Wait, what does a diver mean? Like dive into the depths of toxicity. Would I go explore it and observe it? Yes, definitely. I did that in season 2 of Dragonflight, actually. But if you're asking, will I like intentionally try to, yeah, I'm not gonna fuck keys over or something, but I think we're heading to a weekly vault key level queue. I think something like that for sure. Oh, you mean like weekly queue, but then pushing outside of that? Yeah, maybe. We'll see what they do. There's gonna be more to it than what we just heard. That's for sure. But it does sound like it's not gonna be an automated queue based on the way it was worded, because they're talking about seeing people in the group finder. They're gonna have to do something about levers and trollers at some point. Well, yeah, that's what we're talking about. Beware. Most of the time I see disbands happen so fast, making it difficult to figure out what actually caused it. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what caused it. Like, I keep the spreadsheet just because it's funny. But at the end of the day, if other people want to continue, it doesn't matter if you don't. Like, you're just a fucking asshole. That's all there is to it. If you think you're more important than 4 other people, then you're just an asshole. Like, there's just nothing to talk about. But whether or not that one person has a reason in their head that's justified or not is irrelevant. Beware. I hope no automated queue. No, they already pretty much confirmed it won't be, based on the way they described it. Hope to see solo queue for Mythic Plus one day. I really thought that was going to come well before anything else. So maybe it still will, but... Deserter tag for levers, especially if you have a Ragnaros player key, because they're being a dipshit. You can't really do solo queue without rebalancing utilities. The way that I think they would handle it was you would get either a limitation to what utilities you could use, or they would give you access to the utility on some kind of item or a scroll or something like that just for solo queue. The answer to this question is always just look how they handle it for PvP and just assume they would handle it the same way. But yeah, either way, I think they would balance that out. Honestly, having Ragnaros next to your name is essentially the same thing as having a lever tag. There's already a deserter tag. It's Ragnaros. I never leave first, and I don't like it when people do, but I can see instances where someone can justify doing it. Well, that's what I mean. Like, if it's one person justifying it and other 4 disagree, then they're just an asshole. There's no... That's all there is. Unless it's straight up, like, an emergency, then there's no reason that you should ever think that you're ahead of 4 other people. In a pug setting, that is. I agree. I tried to learn what happened, and there will be no one left to explain. Yep. Oh yeah, that's the biggest issue. That's the biggest issue, and that's why I really hope that this system works the way I hope it will, because the player pool is immediately going to get better at the game. All these fucking idiots who leave this the first second they get, they have no idea how harmful that is to their actual skill level. Because it's just tons of free practice they're passing up. I just flunked a 10 milliliter this late in the season because people don't know how to avoid the swirlies at the last boss, but it's hard to do when they're all spread across the room. Gotcha. People will play better by accident, yeah. Because they'll learn more. They'll have a lot more exposure to difficulty. You're barely taking any damage. What on this boss? I can AMS a lot of the damage and stuff. It's a big part of it's magic. But if you're talking about in the whole dungeon, it's because I play like a very defensive-oriented build. The resilient system, I don't think that would come into play. It's the same. If you want a resilient and you want to stop, then you vote and you disband it. Commonality between serial leavers is they all think it's everyone else's fault. Yeah, that's what I mean. So that's what I'm talking about. If all of a sudden you force 5 of those types of players into the one key, they'll immediately have no choice but to reckon with the fact that they're wrong about this. But it's because they're able to just walk out of a dungeon and go join another unsuspecting group that they think they're not doing anything wrong, you know? What's my percent for versatility and mastery? Well, in combat I wouldn't be able to tell you, but you could either check it out on Radar.io or remind me after the key's over. I'll take a look. I also have like food buff and flasks and stuff on, so I don't know. Probably better to see it on Radar.io. Even with a solid group, this key is tight. Oh, yeah. I mean, actually, not too bad, but yeah. Warrior's dead. That was a bad pick. I didn't mean to invite that guy. We actually got a point as well. Even if the key isn't timed, you can still learn and get better for future keys. Yep. That's what I mean. Like, a lot of people just give up on that. They don't even think. I don't know why the damage went away, but... Remind me what nameplate add-on you use? I use Plater. Best add-on in the game, if you ask me. Go hunting for warriors and you just say that you did not want them. Oh, they're terrible, yeah. And they just do less damage than everybody else right now. In a dungeon like that, it's really noticeable. That guy didn't even play bad or anything. Had the tank dip in 3 Mother Lods last night. Each situation was trash after the first boss. Oh, really? That part's... You'd think if you get to that part, you're pretty good. I can't wait to see the oh, because we're already trending back to the normals. Like, it's actually quite good. We're trending downward here. But imagine what season 3 is gonna look like. It's gonna be really low disband percentage, I bet. Hopefully. I think there's I'm still gonna be a big outlier on people wanting to stay, but I would be very much eager to see what it looks like. 3.75 is very low. I thought it was gonna be a bigger difference, but yeah. The group's damage wasn't great on its own, I guess. How are you gonna put that on the chart? Yeah, I'm just describe the situation. We'll see how it plays out. I mean, I would just call that a mutual disband. Like, I don't always agree with the disband, but I still put it as mutual, you know? There's gonna be some times when I would be fine with it disbanding. Maybe I will vote for it, but I probably would say no matter what. I think the levers are just gonna troll and hold the key hostage. No, it's not possible. That's what I was saying. There's no such thing as being hostage in a key. Everybody signed up to do the dungeon. Blizzard has told you this now, that this is how it's going to work. So if the majority of players in the group want to finish the key, then, and that one person doesn't, and they do something other than finish the key, then they would probably be up for even more action. So make sure you record their behavior, and we will spread the word around. The War Within must have been worse for disbands. Season 1, that is. Yeah, it was not the highest we've seen, but it was pretty much. It was actually maybe it was the highest. Oh yeah, it was the highest. Slightly. It was like slightly above the highest. Ah, Priory, okay. Well, this was our first 17, I think. And we had a very, very, very close ability to upgrade it at the end, and then we wiped in the trash or something. Can't wait for the vote abandon or a troll keys. Yeah, it's, I mean, like, good. Those people do that, like, okay, now it's even more aware. Now we're even more aware that the guy's a scumbag. I can't wait to make this video. I honestly might end the stream a little early to get it made, because there's a lot of these things. They sound bad, but they're really actually very good for us. Because right now a lot of people are able to just pretend like they're doing nothing wrong, and that it's not their fault if they want to leave, and it's, you know, whatever. We run into those players all the fucking time. But now the line's drawn. Like, there's no way to argue it. Those are just set the rules. Ah, here's Shadow Priest. Let's try it. Nothing will stop them from actively sabotaging. That one key, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's actually already bannable. You know what I mean? So, good. Let them expose themselves like that. That's the best. That's the win-win situation. Did people not read that you're only marked as a lever if it consistently happens in a period of time? I think the whole held hostage thing is the other way around. But yeah, it's actually a good point. If somebody's fucking the key up to the end that you don't want to continue anyway, then you just leave and it doesn't matter. I don't think anybody was actually discussing that part. What system are you talking about? Yeah, the punishing, yeah. The whole lust battle I asked before we start because all 4 other people seem to have different opinions on where to use it. Oh yeah. There's gonna be a lot of one-handed rets and vengeance. I mean, yeah, they'd still have the ability to do that without leaving. It will be at least harder with the change, and you will probably have a chat log. That's what I mean. Like, anybody who does that is actually already breaking rules and will be way easier to identify as a scumbag. This is like the best case scenario. It really is. I very much doubt you're going to be held hostage so often in a short period of time that escaping is going to negatively impact you. Yeah, it definitely won't. Like, you don't understand the psychology behind these people, I think, this comment. Maybe it happens in, like, the lowest of keys or something. But in the levels that we're discussing, this doesn't happen. These people, psychologically, are not, like, they just are selfish as fuck. That's all there is. At worst, it's sociopathy. Like, these people are not there to waste their time or your time, which is what you're suggesting they would do. They're there to be as efficient as possible. They're just stupid. They don't realize what they're doing is actually doing the opposite of that. So it's like almost nobody that we run into that are problems are people that would do something like that. Because it would waste their own time. They believe what they're doing is the best thing for them, but they just don't care about anybody else. That's the actual issue. Blizzard just announced no immediate changes to Resilient Key, and the cloak you upgrade weekly is BOA upgraded. Oh, cool. Why is your Blood Boil blue? To match the spell in the game. Don't know about a Priest and Priory with that interrupt CC ability. I mean, we take fucking Disc Priest all the time, so. Now that we're getting flags to show Libers, let's get some to show bad interrupters. Wait, the wrong dungeon. The item level is just the same on every character, only do the upgrade once a week. Oh, that's cool. Is it blue in game with Deathbringer? Yeah. See? Tazavesh may give you a 10 in your vault doing it on Mythic 0, since it'll be tuned like a 10. Will it? Is that a thing? Did you read that somewhere, or what is that? Interview post on Wowhead. Oh, seriously? What the fuck? So, Mythic dungeons are actually gonna be hard, or just Tazavesh, I guess? Okay, here's that article that was referenced before. What is champion gear item level wise compared to what we have right now? Is it still better? Or is that actually not, is that still not better? Do you like swapping back and forth between the hero specs every now and then? No, I never do it. Talking about threat. There's a lot here that we should probably read and maybe make a video on. The giant raid boss looks interesting. In the interview video, that says it was the largest boss they ever created. It's a cool idea. I don't think it's going to have any functionality thing to it, but... Honestly, I like the changes to stops. Doesn't make sense for me to stops to work the same as kick. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, like if it's the size of Stormwind, how do you fight it, you know? So it's, you're gonna have, something's gonna change that it's gonna be relative anyway. As long as we get more Xalatath, I'm happy. Street.
5.
We will.
4, 3, 2, 1.
We go Ant-Man and crawl up their nose.
The expedition built the Priory as a place to contemplate the mysteries of Belladar.
No.
But of late, the devotees have become secretive, hostile. The gods sought to kill you, and Captain Dale Cry is protecting some.
Beware.
Each of his lieutenants bolsters his tactics. Draw them away and defeat them.
Wonder if they'll kill add-ons in Season 3 now. That's a long time away.
Beware.
third rune weapon. We'll use it. Was Deathwing not the size of Stormwind? I don't know. That's what I mean, like, probably, yeah. So it's, like, all about perspective, you know? You don't fight Deathwing standing 5 feet from him. I watched vids from another Blood Death Knight. He's at 18s. He swapped to Sandland from Sandland to Deathbringer at the 15-16 level for survivability. So it might be too late to try Sandland now. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not interested in it at this point, but...
Shame, ma'am. Your training grounds fall to the intruders.
I don't think Deathwing was the size of Stormwind. Sure, there was a whole cinematic of him flying over it, though. Yeah, like the model in the game wasn't that big, though, yeah. Not feasible with certain hero specs because of the stats to switch frequently. Yeah, that's true too. That's another reason why I never tried it, because you would need a whole different set of gear basically.
Beware.
I asked that question a lot and I always struggled with the response, but it seemed like the answer was, yeah, it's not very good to just switch to Sandland without committing to it. I blame it on Shadow Priest. They had to have a bigger that dagger in Legion. Yeah, it's true. Is Boomy a Shadow Priest? Oh yeah, obviously. What do you think? We got 2 healers? Sandland does big DPS. Yeah, like what is the actual differential between? I know they nerfed it, but is it still a lot better? Bongzilla is definitely not high right now. Yeah, Devoker is a very good damage dealer. Sandlane just has more burst moments. They're about the same otherwise, really. I can't target that.
Beware.
Pugs shouldn't leave if they have Metro tangy for them. They won't. They won't be in the future. Guaranteed 1 of 5 vote every time gets voted to stay. just death grips them back when they start to hearth. That would be a cool solution to the problem, yeah. Being able to death grip the players in my key would help a lot. It'll be interesting when the first person does Hearth, though. I love Deathbringer because it plays smooth into Blood Death Knight. Morrowind has never been a satisfying ability to press, although it has a huge impact. Yeah, that's why I like it, because it really plays into the problems I have with the spec. Helps mask those problems. Any drama from the 1BR? A one button rotation? No, what kind of drama? We're gonna be making some videos though. You invited a Shadow Priest. So last week one signed up and people were saying I should invite it, so fuck it. We'll do it.
The intruders defile the altar of the sacred flame.
Always invite non-meta. I could agree with that just at some point. This guy doesn't seem like he was a good invite, but in general, you know, he had to work harder than everybody else, I guess. Unless he just got carried the whole way, maybe. Wasn't your first 17 ever? Yeah, that's what we were talking about that before we listed it. It's a run that we know we can do. What else has been? I don't even want to keep reading these, man. Fingers crossed, I'm lucky bastard that does Tazavesh first week of the patch and the first vault before, and I get a mythic track weapon. That'd be nice. Yeah, I guess that first week we'll be doing hard mode Tazavesh, huh? That's cool. This season is going to be awesome, man. I can't wait. Sounds like we're going to be playing a lot these first few weeks.
You won't peel off anymore. You must.
Hold. I see their captain. They seek to ambush me without my lieutenant. Ours is the true path for the Arathi.
Beware. Beware.
Feel Ember's wrath.
PTR is on the launcher now. Oh, really?
Beware.
Servers aren't up yet, though.
Eliminate these vermin.
I just quitted WoW right now and deleted it. Why? Why delete it? What's the point? I guess talking about recent changes to the game is frowned upon. That's not a recent. Titles is not a recent change to the game. It's just people keep bringing him up, and it's like I don't like. What is the point? Why do you bring him up? What is your thought? It's like I don't know what he's saying. I hope he's not misleading people into this, but it's like this constant string of people thinking that he's doing something that's not being done there. And I'm really confused why it keeps happening, so I'm hoping it's not the reason for it, but... WoW is just broken, no fun at all anymore, gotcha. Oh, feel free to not play it then, yeah. Don't even bother with that comment. I was more so talking about doing one button rotation, topping every key with it and high keys. Yeah, but that's why I'm confused why you would even bring that up. Like, what does him topping the key have to do with anything? Isn't that more an indictment on the other players in the group, not him? Like, I asked this question multiple times before because I assumed that this meant that he was doing more damage than he was before. But multiple people have confirmed that it is not the case. He's doing less damage than he was before. So, like, why are we even talking about this? He's intentionally doing less damage in a key and still beating people. That means those people suck, right? Like, I don't know what else that says. Did they give a release date for the patch? No, they won't. It's just coming up on the PTR today, so. If you watch his YouTube videos, you will know exactly what I mean. I get flamed in a 16 priority that I'm not vengeance. People die to casters. Okay. I hope that Tettles knows the truth of it, but it seems like a lot of people got confused by what that content is being, like what the point of that content is. Alright, man, no offense, but we don't really care about why you quit, so if you quit, go ahead and move on. A tool that is made for mostly casuals and well-content player being able to dish out sufficient DPS at time title tier keys is absurd. No, it's not. Why is it absurd? He's still doing less damage than he should be. What do you want him to do? Half the damage he should be or something? Would you play with somebody who you know can do another million overall, but they're choosing not to? Like, I don't, like that, it's like the whole thing is very confusing. Like, that's kind of fucked up on its own, but regardless, people do all different things in keys, so it's whatever. Unless you can tell me that he's doing more damage because of the one button rotation, then there's nothing to even talk about there. He's just doing keys. And the people in his group suck. Or Balanced Druid is overpowered or something, maybe, is the other statement. I don't know. I've never seen Balanced Druid be overpowered in my expectation of it, so. Alright, yeah, Brandon, we don't give a shit, man. You can move on, no worries. If you like something else, go for it. The only thing that video proves is that you don't need to have a perfect DPS of time keys. Yep, and that's something that hopefully anybody who's seen any Mythic Plus keys before knows has already been the case. I don't know that we've had a single key this season that was not timed because of bad DPS. Like, I don't... It's like a weird thing. Maybe at that level, maybe 18, 19 it starts mattering or something, but... Pretty sure he even says during the video it's pressing the CDs in the wrong order, yeah. Isn't it crazy that Shadow was buffed and still does tank damage? This guy's not impressing us, yeah. Hey, at Eva, welcome. Frosty 2 degrees here, Will. From my understanding, he can sim more DPS, but he does not really gameplay more damage. Right, so what's the story there? He's intentionally doing less damage in groups and still beating players. Those players may be the story more than anything. Means he's just absolutely gapping people in keys, right? I wish it would let you pick the rotation that it uses. Yeah, I was saying that before. I think that would be a cool way to handle it. Finished work and managed to catch live stream. Sweet, welcome back. One key I actually watched him do this morning. He lost on overall, so I don't know. Yeah. Battles are cheating and I'm gonna quit the game because of it, Wubadub says. That's kind of what it's starting to sound like. Yeah, I'm not really sure why people are bringing it up. Like, I don't really get the point. Unless it's actually improving his DPS, then there's like just nothing to talk about. Good afternoon, Papa. Welcome. How are the keys going today? We didn't really do a lot because of all the announcements. We've been looking at that, but so far so good. We'll see if we upgrade this, but it doesn't look like it based on our Shadow Priest. My shift is about to start. Oh, one guy leaves. One guy joins from work. The other guy leaves. Good luck, Dave. Have a good day at work, man. I'm excited for the season 3 lineup. Yeah, it's gonna be the best season ever. I'll get them all. One button rotation will never time title keys anyway, because for those keys, DPS is the limiting factor. Those guys are all mechanics down to a T. Oh yeah. I'm an embrace change type. I think one button rotation will help a lot of people do better damage, but I don't know if it's better for the future of the game. Yeah, I'm gonna make a video on this concept because I don't know that Blizzard wants people to do better damage with it. Like, I don't think that was the purpose of it. Because if it was, they wouldn't have had the CDR thing, or whatever the cooldown thing on it. But anyway, I guess we'll find out. I'm actually surprised the assist thing is as bad as it is, since the add-on people love just does it better. Yeah, it is kind of weird.
Shielded by flames light. By fire, I am healed.
I will get them all, Pally. Yeah, for fucking. I mean, it's crazy, dude. Don't know why these people are willing to go take a lot of damage. Once they remove the add-ons, it's going to be the only real thing available. Yeah, we'll see what happens. People should also learn to have fun with the game they're playing. No one is forcing you to use one button, just play and enjoy. Probably not. Nobody's forcing you, yeah. That's like the one thing that's on the back of my mind. Like, if you're a mediocre player, are people going to refuse to play with you unless you use the one button thing? It's going to be really hard to quantify, because what happens if you are using the one button thing and you're still mediocre? Then it's like a gearing thing at that point. Like, I don't know. From what I've seen, Ellie, it doesn't understand certain contexts and refuses to use single target spells in AoE even if it increases your DPS. Oh, really? Single target spells in AoE, why would they increase your DPS? There's like procs or something that help, I guess. The only thing I miss moving from Sailing is Rune Cap. Oh, you can still use it. Hey, Skytie, what's up? Halls and Gambit are back, and Jair Alexander to the Ravens. Oh, yeah. Nice. Yeah, Halls. Really nice, right? Ellie gets a buffed Earthquake from Elemental Blast, but it doesn't use it at all. Oh, wow. That's weird. Ragnaros Rapali, welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've never seen one in the wild. Yeah, on paper it's the best Mythic Plus pool by a lot, I think, yeah. And it's not close. If the one button is actually competitive, just flag the players as one button users. Yeah, that's the thing though, because you can use it and not use it all in the same time, right? Like, I could have it on my bars and use it once in the key, but I can use it like, you know what I mean? Like, how would you tell if you use it or not?
Warped the priory from a place of contemplation to an uprising. Why? She has
If you ever use it, you get flagged forever. Can't wait for Halls again. Last boss, one of my favorites. I like it as Blood too. Really fun. We did a lot of soloing on that fight, man. Floodgate's terrible? Nope, incorrect. Not the best dungeon, I think, but it's still a really good one for the gear it has, too. The thing about the dungeon pool and why it's like a hard counter to this already built into the system is that this was voted for. So by default, like, more people like this than don't. If Floodgate is your low point, you're in great shape, yep. I hope they make some changes to the War Within dungeons. Oh, they definitely will, yeah. I can't wait to see your video. The forum thread I am reading is so hilarious. You should send it to me. If you guys, anybody out there, runs into any things that you would like me to react to, or you see any funny, like, hyperbolic bullshit, send that to me, because I would love to do that. I would love to do reactions to that. I feel like a lot of people voted for some of the dungeons because of trinkets. Good.
Belladar is the crucible. It burns away weakness. Its blinding light reveals the strength we are wrapping within.
Dawnbreaker is only meh to me, and I don't even care about the other dungeons. They'll carry it. Yeah, I quite like Dawnbreaker, so I'm excited for that one coming back. Dawnbreaker is one of my least favorite. Oh, really? I mean, honestly, yeah, it might be one of my least favorite too, but it's still one of my favorite, like, overall, so. If that's how good of a pool it is. Floodgate has given me hope for new instances being good. Yes, I agree. Floodgate is the best new instance we've had, for sure. Hope with the lever change, they'll give some serial early levers a title. No titles, but yeah, we got what we wanted out of that for sure. I love Dawnbreaker. I would just fly through the ship all the time and it would drive me nuts. Oh yeah, that part sucks. I agree with that. Will we be able to use the gargoyles in Halls of Atonement? Historically, no. I mean, I don't know, because Mist allowed you to use the gates still, but Necrotic Wake didn't allow you to use it at all, so I don't know. Probably different perspectives on best between tanks, healers, and DPS. Yeah, I mean, one way or the other, it's a good dungeon, I think, compared to the other ones, though. Do you wish they would have included the Blood and Frost and Holy class changes? No. They're probably not even finalized yet. Like, they don't even have a rough build for it yet. It's just something that they plan on doing, that's all we know so far. Yeah, that's not the last time we did it, fell apart too. Robert Welcome. Somehow this is like the hardest pack in this season, I guess. Yeah, do you think the vote quit thing will have like a reason? Like you have to give a reason, like LFR? Probably not, I bet. What do you think of Season 3 dungeon lineup? It's really good. Okay. This one didn't go well. Well, it did up until this room, basically, like always. Wait, where did we do it? Oh, don't even care. These Taco Bell chicken wraps slap, actually. Did you get one? They're so fucking good, right? I'm really shocked at how good they are.
Sacred flame will cleanse your transgression. Burn my sacred flame. My flame be purified.
Beware.
It sounded good. I got the spicy one. Oh yeah? How is it? Is it really spicy or what? How spicy would you say? Seems hard to time this one? Not really, to be honest. We just always have tons of death in this room. We would have, I think we had a good shot until this room. I don't know why.
Beware.
My flame be purified.
Beware.
3, 2, 1.
Bongzilla, yeah. Isn't it pointless to finish without timing? Nope. I don't want to do this key again. What are your thoughts on a dungeon being in back-to-back seasons? I prefer it, but I'm shocked because I didn't think Blizzard did. I thought that was the whole point of shifting the dungeons every season, was so they never had back-to-back dungeons. I would obviously prefer the dungeons to not change in case I'm not in favor of the rotating dungeons personally, but it's worked out fine. I'm not against it or anything, but I would not have voted for that to be the way it worked. How many crests do you have? Oh, I have no idea. I don't need crests at this point, so I don't even look at it. Rotating dungeons keeps it from being boring. Oh yeah. Yeah, I never really found Mythic Plus boring. Way too many reasons that it wouldn't be boring in my eyes. Back to farming Sackbrood, yeah. But there's gonna be like 5 different good trinkets, right? So how are you gonna pick? Is Sackbrood the best of all of them still? I don't know. Priory and Floodgate are fine, but I don't really want to run them for 8 months or more. Oh yeah. Yeah, see, I would prefer. Yeah. It's gonna be nice. Don't you think it's gonna be nice to like not have to relearn every dungeon? Like you're gonna take all the knowledge you have this season into next season. That's a good thing.
Beware.
More Shadowlands dungeons? Yeah, we got 3. All the non-War Within dungeons. Only dungeons you have to relearn in the new one, yep. And obviously, unless you didn't play Shadowlands, but... Unless they do additional tuning, you consume those trinkets at higher item levels. They will do additional tuning, so I wouldn't worry about it, right? I was just saying, because like I know there's a good trinket in a lot of different dungeons.
It is done.
Yeah,
These
so that guy
zealots
again
no
just
longer
hyper
steer
carried
our
out there.
faith towards destruction. All who take comfort in the light of the sacred flame, thank you.
What are these? How did Dawnbreaker win the poll? I think people just liked it from season 1, yeah. I didn't play Shadowlands, so I'm excited every time we get Shadowlands dungeons. They're really good. They're the best dungeons, I think. Like in terms of an entire pool. You saw it, $5. Can you show damage on the last boss? Sure. Okay, well, I think there's so much to do all of a sudden that we're gonna end the stream a little early, and I'm gonna go make some videos because I have a lot of videos. There's a lot of things I want to make a video on all of a sudden. So before all these things fly out of my head, I'm actually kind of surprised they didn't do Seed of the Triumvirate. Yeah, actually, me too. I would have bet money on Seed coming in. Let's get this on the sheet. And then, yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, hopefully with no crazy announcements in the middle of the day. We getting vid drop today? No, it'll be the normal slots, but I just want to make them now because I don't want, like, I have a lot of things that I don't want to just sit on for multiple days. And I'm not going to have any time tomorrow to do it. Wait, this is not. All right, so yeah, we'll be back tomorrow with normal stream. Maybe we'll try to do a little bit longer if we can. But yeah, Priest was a one-button user. I told you, just people getting carried out there all the time. So thanks for yeah, thanks for the chat today, Byuk. Thanks for telling me about that. This dude was the first person to tell me about that. It's so crazy. So all right, we'll be back tomorrow, and stay tuned. There's gonna be a lot of crazy videos coming this weekend.